See you.
Awesome. How's it going, people? I hope you guys can hear me and see me properly. A yes in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind and nice. Brilliant. Okay. Few people are like, it's dark. I hope my face is visible. I'm wearing a black t-shirt. There's enough light on my face, I hope. So that you're focused on what's happening rather than all the noise in the back end. Incredible. So, folks, how was it yesterday? We made a bunch of changes. I think you guys are part of the most advanced generative AI mastermind so far. We added a lot of stuff, vibe coding and whatnot. How was it yesterday? Was it, how do I put it? Was it more than what you expected? Right? As you came into the 2-day mastermind, it was just day one, obviously. Was it more than what expected? Incredible. Superb. Super excited to host you for the first session today. Considering I'm the founder, I have the advantage of taking up stuff that I enjoy the most. So I take up the most interesting stuff here, which is the AI agents. This is an interesting world that we are getting into, where we're going to live with a world where we're going to be living with a lot of AI agents all around us. Of course, right? AI agents are going to be in multiple formats. One format of AI agents are going to be on the internet, executing things for us on the internet, and you're going to see this, today as we build it, and also kind of play with a few of them. While on the other side, right, we're going to see a lot of robots, right, humanoids with the intelligence of artificial intelligence running in their brains, which will be able to do stuff on the physical world as well. The companies like Unitree and Figure, which are building autonomous robots, and the companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and whatnot, right, are building AI agents on the internet or for the web. Right now, I wish I could talk more about all the robots out there, but I think they're a little far away from where we are. I think it'll be more fun to kind of run you guys through everything around AI automations and AI agents. And of course, right, towards the end, we can chatter and do some banter around robots as well, if you guys are keen on that. How does it sound? Sounds like a plan? Should we get started? Should we get started? All right. Amazing. Let me quickly share my screen and we will get started right in. Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Drop a yes in the chat, please, if you guys can. Awesome. All right, guys. So the way I do it is slightly different. I keep turning off the chats because I get kind of distracted with a lot of chats coming in. So every time I'm going to ask you a question, I'm going to turn the chat on. But please do keep your cameras on. It does really help me to stay motivated and give all my energy to when I see your smiling faces when you see something interesting coming your way. All right. So Om did a phenomenal job of running you guys through from level 1 to level 4 beginners. And yesterday you guys went through all of it, and we dedicated a whole freaking day for level 5. You might be wondering, we finished all the 4 levels in one day, and there's a dedicated day for level 5. What the hell? What is the sorcery? The reason for this setup is because level 5 is incredibly deep. There's a lot to cover. Even for us to touch the beginner version of it, it takes so much time. But you know what? It's the most fun part of it. So in this session, I'm going to teach you about AI agents and how to build tools and whatnot, right? How to build AI bots and whatnot. In the next session, you're going to learn about automation from Mikhail, right? So that is how it goes today. So let's get started with level 5. All right. So what is level 5? Level 5 is all about automating tasks with AI agents. So in this world, right, it's quite large and it's evolving really, really fast as well. But what I want to focus on is to give you a way for you guys to able to get started with building bots, agents right away without much knowledge, right? That's the idea of a mastermind, to get you guys to to a very good level by covering all the levels, all the beginner modes of level 1 to level 5. And when it comes to AI agents, there are a few things that we have back of our minds, which we think is going to be incredibly powerful for all of you people. And we're going to start with building something called as GPTs, right? So let's try to create some AI bots right away. So let's jump to ChatGPT first. And yes, we're going to use ChatGPT for this to start with. I'm right now in the free version of the ChatGPT, right? Now, inside of ChatGPT, when you think about ChatGPT, right, or Gemini or Claude or anything for that matter, these are incredibly powerful tools. Now, what do I mean by that? While these are incredibly powerful, there's a problem with this. All these tools that you look at, in this example, let's say ChatGPT, are basically general purpose tools. Basically, they're good with a lot of things, but they're not excellent with anything. Jack of all trades, good, not great at everything, or good at none would be like an understatement. It's great at a lot of things, but it's not excellent at everything, right? So, but GPTs, OpenAI, and also other tools, right, gives us ability to build products on top of these tools. So we can build AI apps on top of ChatGPT technology. And that's what makes it incredibly powerful. Om, if you can push out the poll, I would love to know how many people have built something called as GPTs here. If you can push the poll out, that'll be incredible, right? But again, right, if you are on ChatGPT, when you click on this expand button, there is something called as explore GPTs, right? When you tap on this, this opens up something called as the GPT marketplace. Now, what is this GPT marketplace? A lot of people all over the world have built AI products on top of ChatGPT, which you guys can use for free. And that, my friends, is the GPT marketplace that you're looking at this point of time. Now, this GPT marketplace has a lot of tools inside of it. You can see this. There are, of course, some topics like all of these. There are a bunch of tools for writing if you want to use it for writing. There are a bunch of tools for productivity, research and analysis, education, lifestyle, programming, so on and on and on. There are hundreds of thousands of tools, and you can use all of this even if you don't have the paid account of ChatGPT. And let's say you have something specific, a problem specific. Let's say you want you're looking for a tool which can do, let's say, email writing. So you can come to Search GPT in this search and just search for email. Right? As I search for email, you can see the email and the mail writer tool. When I tap on this is one of the GPTs created by someone out there whose name is Akira Shindo. It's an email and a mail writer, and you can see a nice little profile picture, right? And inside of that, right, you can see almost 5 lakh people have used this GPT before, and it's been rated 4.4. So it's pretty good. So I can click on the start chat. And look at this. This is how the interface of the app looks like. If I compare this to like ChatGPT, right, it's quite different, right? This is how ChatGPT looks like. It says, what's on your mind today? And a nice little open search box. While the email and mail writer that you see by Akira Shindo, and there's a nice little LinkedIn profile of this person as well, has a very different user interface. There's a nice little profile picture, name, the name of the person, the description and whatnot. It looks quite different because it's a custom GPT or a GPT built on top of ChatGPT. And this is interesting. I'm looking at the poll right now. I'm going to share the results as well. Only 18 people out of 250 people that we have today have rated it yes. That is, they have built a GPT before. Most of the people have not built one and have never heard about it is 20% of people, which is very interesting. All of you guys are up for a very good ride today, right? All right, so we are at a mail and email writer right now. So let's get started with writing a simple email, right? Now, the beauty of this is because it's already a tool, which is an email/mail writer, I don't have to explicitly mention write an email. Let's say you guys have all attended this session. Tomorrow you want an off from work, right? So you want to write an email to your manager, hypothetically, right? A lot of you people must be managers yourselves, and you'll be like, dude, I can take my calls, but this is just an example. Don't worry about it, right? So I don't even have to explicitly mention to write an email. I can just type, want to leave since I have spent 16 hours over a weekend to learn AI from Outskill, right? I can mention I want a day off so that I can spend some time kind of recouping everything I learned. That's what you want. So you want to apply for a leave, but you can see this. You have to write an email. I don't mention about an email anywhere. I'm just saying, want to leave since I spent 16 hours of the weekend to learn generative AI from Outskill. I want a day off so I can spend some time recouping everything I learned, right? So that is what I just say. And look at that. Without me explaining a lot about what I want and everything around it, it just spits out an incredible email for me and it just works, right? So the reason why it understood it's an email that I want is because it's a mail or an email writer. That is the reason why it was able to give out an email directly. Now, that is what an email and a mail writer is. One of the custom GPTs out of hundreds that you can do. I mean, not hundreds, hundreds of thousands that you can use right here. But you know what? You guys are not here to learn about how to use GPTs. You can go ahead and do that. I've given you. You can play with all of them and see what works the great for you. You guys are here to have the ability to build one. And that is what I'm going to teach you. Okay, today, we're going to build an incredible GPT today. In fact, GPTs today, we're going to build a bunch of GPTs today so that we get a very good picture of how to actually solve problems by building GPTs, right? That's how what all you AI generalists will be doing. That is, you guys will be solving problems using AI. So how do we get started with creating one? Obviously, there's a nice little black button right here which says create. I tap on this button and this nice little interface kind of opens up. Now, just a quick heads up, if you don't have the paid ChatGPT account, you will not be able to create a GPT. While you can use any of the GPTs for free, but for creation, you need a paid ChatGPT account. But don't worry about it. Towards the end, I'm going to give you a free solution as well, just in case if you don't want to upgrade or don't have a paid ChatGPT account. But for you to learn the process, ChatGPT is the best. So I'm going to teach you the process in ChatGPT, but we're going to do the same on a free tool as well. So you don't have to worry. All right. With that being said, let's get right inside. So this is the user interface, guys, of creating a GPT right now. The part on the left side is basically the creation wizard, where here, can you guys guess, like top of your mind, what is a language or what is a programming language that we are going to use to build this GPT? Well, the programming language that we're going to use to build this tool is basically English, right? So what we're going to do is on the left side, we're just going to speak to the tool on what we want. And on the right side, you will see that tool getting built right in front of us. So we essentially are building an AI bot by just talking to AI, right? All right, like I said, the one on the left is the creation wizard. The one on the right is a preview. You can see it live as it is being built. Now, what GPT should we build? Let's build a GPT. Let's build a tool which can generate a lot of tweets for us, right? Like let's generate a tweet. Let's create a tool which can create tweets on any topics we want. Okay. So this is what I'm going to come in. I'm going to come on the left side. I'm going to start typing. You are an expert when it comes to coming up with tweets which can go viral on X. I will give you a topic and you will give me a tweet on the topic which I can post on X. Make sure the tweets that you come up with have high odds of going viral. Okay, that's what I say. That's all the information I give. I click on the send button and let AI do the magic. It says updating GPT at this point of time. You can see this, right? It's saying, and look at the right side, all right? You will see the design kind of evolving on the right side because it's building the product on the go. It's like, let's pick up a name. It's recommending a viral tweet machine as the name. I would say sounds good. I like the name viral tweet machine. And now it's generating a profile picture all by itself, which is quite cool. I'm doing nothing, right? I just sent this much on what I want the tool to do. And it is right now generating a profile picture. And look at that, it generated a decent profile picture. And the tool is already looking in a great shape, right? And it's asking, do you want a different vibe? I can say, can you make it minimal with black and neon green? I can literally say what I want. I want the logo to be in black and neon green. I said I want it to be minimal with a spelling mistake as I type it. But let us see if it gets it right. And you can see the profile picture. This is the profile picture of the logo that we're talking about. Bang on, love it. This is perfect. I'm going to be like, awesome, looks good. All right, so it's like right now, it is like, try out in the chat on the right, drop a topic, see your viral tweet come to life. It's like, you build the tool. This is how the tool looks like. It's like, go ahead and try the tool. So I'm going to come to the right side right now, and I'm going to insert the topic. Topic, let's say, AI will take many jobs. That's the topic that I want to give. Click on the send button. Look at that. AI won't take your job, but the person who knows how to use AI will. There you go. I ask a topic, I get an answer. I can say one more. And look at that. AI is coming for your job is a wrong headline. The real story is your job stays, but it's 5x faster, cost 10x lesser. And your boss just found someone who can do it with ChatGPT. Ouch. One more. I can just keep asking one more. It'll keep giving me. AI won't replace you. It'll just make your entire job look like an overpriced plugin. Guys, what do you guys think of that? Right? We just give a topic and it is spitting out tweets. And as I say, one more, it's able to come with more and more tweets. Don't you think this is amazing? Drop a comment, boom, in the chat if you think this is amazing. We just built this whole tool in a single click. That is pretty much it. Right? Now, should we make it even better? Should we make it even better? Of course, right? We should ideally want to make it better, right? So let's start making it better right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and we're going to start the process of fine tuning. Now I played with the tool. I like it, but I think it can be done better. As a result, I'm going to give it a ton of feedback. And the way I give feedback is on the left side so that the tool will start performing better for me. So what is the feedback that I'm going to give? I'm going to give a bunch of feedback. I love the tweets, but I want them to be better. Make sure all the tweets, I'm going to give some feedback, are super relatable to my audience. I prefer it to be on the funny side / sarcastic and should make the person smile when they read it. My audience is majorly from the US, UK. Okay, let's just keep it US for now. And are working professionals or are entrepreneurs. So make sure they are relatable to my audience. Of course, right here, I'm giving it more details. I'm saying I want all the tweets to be sarcastic and funny. I want the content to be more, relatable to my audience. And I said my audience are in US and are majorly from US and are working professionals or are entrepreneurs. So make sure they're relatable to my audience. That's what I say. I click on the send button. It says updating GPT. I actually wanted to give it one more feedback and I'm going to just do it as it's doing. Also, can you make sure you come up with 10 tweet ideas at once? Because I don't want to ask it one more, rather than one at a time. There you go. I've given more feedback to it while it says got it. It'll update it right now. And now I gave it more feedback. I want to make sure you come up with 10 tweets at once. Okay. Something went wrong with the GPT. So what I'm going to do is simple. I'm going to just do a refresh. Whenever you get a message like that, right, you just refresh and you'll be fine. All right. And I'm going to give the feedback. Make sure you come up with 10 tweet ideas at once rather than one at a time. It says updating GPT. We're giving it a lot of instructions by now, huh? I hope you guys realize that. Let's wait for a second for it to update and it says done. It's all done. Now let's try the same topic again now that we've given it a ton of feedback. I come back to topic and I say AI will take many jobs away. And let's see. Okay. Looks like AI is a little down today. So I'm going to try it again. I mean, ChatGPT is a little slow today, looks like. Okay. Here it comes. 10 spicy, viral ready topics caught for optimized for attention, loss, and shares. AI won't take your job. The person who knows how to use AI will. Good luck explaining this to a manager still printing emails. Okay. Me, worried AI will take my jobs. Also me, ask ChatGPT to write my entire quarterly report. Guys, what do you guys think of these tweets? Drop a insane in the chat if you think this is insane. The real threat isn't AI taking jobs. It's your boss discovering AI does your job in 6 seconds and never takes a lunch break. AI is coming for your job, but don't worry, your company will make you train it first. Imagine spending 4 years in college, 6 figures in debt, just to lose your job to a paragraph written by ChatGPT. AmericanDream.exe has crashed. Ouch, that's a really technical one. Guys, isn't this insane what you're seeing? We just gave it idea. Look at this. Boomers, you don't want to work hard. Gen Z, AI just automated my entire role. I'm going to go back to my bed. All right. It's crazy what we are able to do right now with just feedback. Guys, isn't this amazing? Right? These are the kind of tools you can build all with AI. That's the wild part about it. You know what? We can make this even better. Should we? Shall we make this even better? Yes? All right. Let's do that right now. I'll come back here and I'm going to mention some notes and I'm going to be like, the tweets are great. Can you make sure every time you come up with 10 tweets, I want you to also rank the tweets from a scale of 1 to 10 on the potential for it to go viral. So what am I asking AI to do? I'm saying, listen, don't only come up with 10 tweet ideas, but also give me a rating from a scale of 1 to 10 for the potential of it to go viral, right? Also, give me a reason on why you think it would go viral and the score you gave it for. Give me the whole output in a table where you order them based on what's the best in the top to bottom, right? I'm basically asking you to do it on ascending order. That's the feedback that I'm giving. I'm asking you to do a lot of work. I'm asking it, listen, you can't just come up with 10 tweet ideas, but for every tweet, you have to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, order them from the highest rated to the lowest rated, and also give me reasons on why you rated that tweet so high. So we are making AI to do a lot of work for us, right? So let us see what we get it. It says updating GPT and it says it's done. So let's go ahead and try it again, right? On the right side, I'm going to just click on the refresh button and I'm going to say topic. AI will take away many jobs, right? That's the topic that I gave. Let's see if it's going to give me an output on a table right now. Look at that, guys. Boom in the chat if you think this is insane. It's not only coming up with tweets right now, it's also rating them from a scale of 1 to 10 on a viral potential and why it will hit or why it will go viral. AI won't take your job. The person using AI 100x better than you will. 10 out of 10, punchy, scary, truth, and extremely shareable. AI is coming for your job is a wild coming from people who haven't updated resume since Obama. AI won't steal your job, but your refusal to learn anything will absolutely will. Boomers, nobody wants to work anymore. Gen Z, cool, we trained a robot to do it, right? The real threat isn't AI taking your job. It's your boss making you train it to replace you. AI won't kill jobs. It will just make us all prompt engineers earning $40 an hour to describe a cat photo in 4 different styles. This is incredible, isn't it? And on top of that, it's also rating each one of the tweets and also giving a reason on the right on why it thinks it will go viral. And what did it take us to build it? 20 minutes. That's it. What do you think, guys? How much would you rate this from a scale of 1 to 10? From a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate this? All right. Incredible. I would rate it 11. Incredible. So guys, that is how you can end up building a tool like this. And once you've built it, right, you can simply click on this create button. You'll be given three different options. One is that you can only keep it to yourself by selecting only me. If you want anyone to be able to use the link with who you want to share the link with, you can say anyone with the link. And if you select to GPT store, right, literally anybody will be able to use it on GPT store for free, right? For this example, I'm going to say anyone with the link and I click on the save button. Just give it a second. And that's it. There you see, you have it. The GPT is built out. I can simply copy this, open this on a new window, and the tool is ready, which is the viral tweet machine by my company name. And it creates 10 tweets, has a nice little starting points. And I can create one more idea. I will say topic, Elon Musk is an alien. Okay. It's a funny one. So let us see what it comes up with. Here are the 10 tweet ideas. Elon Musk isn't alien. Aliens are way more subtle. That's a dig on Elon Musk saying that he can't be alien. Is way more than that. If Elon Musk isn't an alien, then explain Twitter. Go on, I'll wait. Elon Musk is 100% alien, but the kind who got kicked off his home planet for being too much. Guys, isn't this a funny one? He got kicked out of his home planet for being too much, it seems. Elon Musk is the only person who could land a rocket and still crash a social media platform. Alien behavior. Elon Musk talks like an alien who learned English from Reddit. Nah, don't like it much. I think he would basically say, I learned everything from Twitter, bro. That's why he bought one. You know, Elon Musk is an alien because he looked at Earth and said, yeah, I'm going to buy Twitter. So you can see this. We just give a topic and it's able to come up with a bunch of tweets. If you want, let's say tweets with, let's say, Elon Musk and Trump in it. It's going to do that as well, where it can literally come up with both tweets and both Trump and Elon Musk being part of it. Trump tweets in all caps, Elon deletes the whole app, king of chaos. Elon Musk and Donald Trump walk into a bar, the bar explodes from pure ego. Elon Musk is building spaceships, Trump is building walls, same energy, different planets. You see what it is? You just give an insight on what you want and AI will be able to build anything and everything right out of the box. Guys, isn't this wild? Isn't this wild? All right. So you can see that somebody's like, can we add hashtags? Of course, you can give it feedback saying, can you please add hashtags on all the tweets? But good tweets don't have hashtags anymore. Hashtags are very, very old, right? But guys, this is how you can build a tool which can generate tweets on the go. Guys, I see a lot of questions coming your way. Hold them to yourself. We're going to get to questions very, very soon as well. So hold them to yourself. We will get to the questions very soon. Now, this is how we ended up building a very simple app in no time, all using AI, which works incredibly well. Now, do you guys want to take it to the next level and build something even more advanced? Should we build something even more advanced? Hell yeah in the chat. Hell yeah in the chat. Yes. Awesome. So let's go ahead and build one right now. Okay. Now, what is going to look like an advanced GPT? So let me show you what an advanced GPT looks like so that you get some perspective of what I mean by advanced, right? Let's say this one, right? This is a GPT that I personally use on a daily level. What this GPT does is it generates LinkedIn posts in my own style. So when I give a topic or when I give an existing reel or anything like that, it converts that into a LinkedIn post. But that's not the great part about it. The crazy part about this is that it writes exactly like me. When someone reads this LinkedIn post, which is written completely by AI, they can't even tell if it is written by me or if it is written by AI because it mimics my style exactly. And how is it able to do that? It's because it's an advanced prompt. Now, before I show you the prompt of this or an advanced GPT of this, let me show you the backend of this tool. We built this viral tweet machine, right? When I click on configure, right? This is basically the backend of the whole tool where there's a viral tweet machine, which is the name right here. Let's say I want to change the name. I can just add 2.0 and you can see this, it has added on the right side with no problem. I want to change the profile picture. I can just click on use DALL-E and it will literally change the profile picture for me to whatever I want. If I want to change the description, let's say I want to add by outskill here, right? I can just add it here and it will change the description right here as well. And also the most important part that you need to know about building these GPTs is the fact that everything that we spoke on Create, right? Everything that we spoke here, what it basically did was AI converted all of that into this prompt. So as we were talking to it in English, AI was crafting a prompt in the backend. And this is the prompt that it crafted for us as we were talking about it, as we were talking to this wizard on the left bar, right? This ended up giving us this extensive prompt right here. Now, for you to build advanced GPTs, this prompt is completely written by AI, right? Completely written by ChatGPT. But for you to manage to build advanced GPTs, you will have to build your own prompts. Now, if I quickly come to this, right, and I told you this is an advanced GPT, when I click on the drop down and click on edit GPT, by the way, you will only see the setting if you basically own the GPT. That is, if you have built the GPT, or else you will not see the setting, right? Let's say you have built this GPT. When I click on edit GPT here, you can see I can basically go to the backend. And now if I expand on this prompt, look at the size of the prompt. Look how long this is, right? And for you guys to be, and it has something called something like hashtag. It has some stars. There is something called as role, objective, context, instructions. There is also something called as notes. What are all of this? Do you guys want to have the capability to write an extensive prompt like this so that you can build an advanced GPT like this? Would you guys want to learn exactly everything step by step to be able to get to this point where you can do this? And I believe all of you guys can do this. Yes, let's get right into this. I love the energy. Where did this prompt come from? I wrote it, right? And you have to write extensive prompts like this to be able to build advanced GPTs, right? So let's get into the world of building advanced GPTs right now, right? Now, for advanced GPTs, I quickly showed you the back end of this. We are not going to be using the create section of it anymore. We're going to directly use the configure section of it, and we're going to fill everything manually, right? Because that is what advanced people do. They don't use AI directly, but they use AI indirectly. And that is what we're going to do at this point of time. The most important point, like I mentioned, is this prompt, right? And you guys might be wondering, why did you write such a long prompt? What are these hashtags? What are these stars? What is this role? Well, this is all part of a new prompting structure. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. And the new prompting structure is called as the markdown prompting. Now, this is what is called as the markdown prompting structure, right? And it has something called as role, objective, context, instructions, and notes. Now, you might be wondering, what is this? So let me explain you this prompt in the highest detail so that you understand why we do what we do, all right? So when you're building an agent or an AI bot, right? What you have to think back of your mind is you have to imagine that agent or the bot to be a human being which is extremely smart, but you need to give it instructions to be able to do the job really, really well, right? That is what an AI is. AI is extremely smart, but it is as good as the instruction that you give, right? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to give very detailed instruction in a very structured way so that AI can do whatever we want it to do. And that is where this incredible format of prompting comes into the picture, which is called as the markdown prompting. And this is the structure. So let's imagine you're hiring a person. Let's say you're the founder of Outskill and you're hiring a person to do a job of customer success executive at Outskill. Okay. So how will you do the job? How will you do when the person comes in, right? How would you explain the role? Starting with role, right? When the person asks me, what is my role, then you're going to be like, listen, your job or your role is to act like a very good customer success executive who solves problems of our customers. That is your role. Right. And then the person might be like, but what do you want to accomplish with my role? What is my objective? Then you explain the person, your objective is to solve problems of the customers. In Outskill, people from all over the world attend our programs. As a result, they could have a lot of queries. They could be like, where is my invoice? Where is my joining link? Where is the Discord link and whatnot? Whenever they have problems like this, they're going to write you an email. Right? Your job is to basically read those emails, understand their problem, and solve their problems on the email. That is your objective. And that is what we mentioned in the objective on what we expect AI to do. Right? What is the outcome that we are expecting from AI? Next is context. Context is where we explain the person why the job that the person is doing is important. In the same way, we explain AI here, why what AI is doing is important. For example, if I just tell the person that I've hired saying, listen, your job is to respond to emails as fast as possible. And that's what I say. What will the person do? The person will come in and will try to respond saying, thank you so much for writing as an email. We will try to get back soon. And we will send messages like that to just be fast with response. And that doesn't help anyone, right? As a result, we kind of explain here, why is the role important? If in this case, if I explain the role of the person on why it is important, like let's say I say, listen, your job is extremely important for the organization. And the reason is when people can't find the things that they want, they end up writing as an email and they're under a lot of stress at that point of time. If you're able to reply to them with the highest empathy, with the right answer in the shortest time, they will feel happy that, okay, you know what, Outskill is out there to support me. They will build trust on us. As a result, they will have a good experience. When they have good experience, they will go and talk about Outskill to their friends. And when they do that, more people will join Outskill programs. And when that happens, Outskill as a business will grow. So will your role. So if you want to grow really fast, you have to solve customers' problems with highest empathy. That is the context. We basically try to explain how this job is very important so that AI will be able to do the job with highest grade levels. Did you guys understand what we are trying to say? Did you guys understand what I'm trying to say with role, objective, and context? Is it clear? Drop a comment clear in the chat. Incredible. I love it. All right. Now that we are done with a context. Somebody is like, you should be in HR. Every founder does everything. He does HR, he does sales, he or she does sales, he or she does tech, he or she does product. All the founders out there, do you guys agree? Founders are the most ultimate generalists out there. You have to be able to do everything possible in the world to be able to execute out there, right? So yeah, awesome. All right, let's come back and get back to it. Now coming to instructions. Instructions is where you kind of explain AI step by step on what you want to do. In this case, right, open your email, check for the emails that have come in which are unread, read the emails, understand what is the problem, try to devise a solution, click on the send button. These are all the instructions that you give step by step so that AI will be able to do the job really, really well. And finally, the notes. What are notes? Notes is where you kind of put all the information together or summarize everything that you want AI to remember. It's like a cheat sheet for AI to remember everything out there. So guys, that is the special prompting structure of Markdown. Now, coming to a very important question that all of you guys might have, right? What are these hashtags and stars? Well, it is very simple. You see, for example, when you look at this slide, right, what is the first thing that you looked at? You basically looked at the headline first, which is the special prompting structure. Why? Because the font of this text is large and you know it is a headline. So by default, you read it because you know it is important. Well, with AI, if there is something important, I cannot increase the font of the text because fonts doesn't exist in prompting. You cannot increase the size of the text. You cannot bold the text. So as a result, you cannot convey with increased font sizes to AI what is important, what is not important. So how do you do it? By using these special characters. When you put one hashtag and whatever you write next to it, AI imagines it to be a headline, which is a headline one, which is the largest possible headline. When you put something next to two hashtags, right, then that is also a headline, but it is smaller than one hashtag, which is H1. When you put two hashtags, it is basically H2. Basically, this is as nothing, but if you guys have ever come across something called as HTML, this is the same markdown structure that happens. I'm sure this image will give you a better clarity. If there is one hash and you put a line, it is look at the size of the headline. That is quite large. When you put two hashes, it's basically H2, which is still a headline, but smaller than H1. When you put three hashtags, it is still a headline, but smaller than H1 and H2. Now, when you put a text in between two stars or two asterisks, whatever is in middle, in between of that, AI imagines that word to be bolded or it's in bold. And of course, right, like all of us humans, when we see something in bold, we literally like focus on that word. And that is, there is no way for AI to understand what is bolded or what is not. As a result, we use all these special instructions to explain AI what is important and what is not. You can see this. One hash is H1, two hashes is H2, three hashes is H3, and bold. If you put it in two stars, between two stars, any text that you write is basically bold. So this is the language that we talk to AI. This is the writing language of AI. Are we clear with how we write a markdown prompt right now? Did I do a decent job explaining you? Did I do a decent job explaining you? Did you guys get a sense of everything on how this markdown prompting structure is built? Awesome. What are dots? I don't know what these dots are. What are the dots you're talking about? There are no dots, guys. Oh, these are basically bullet points. They are nothing. They're not special. They're just basically bullet points. So don't worry about it. Right? So there you go. That is the markdown prompting structure. So now that you understand the structure, let's go ahead and build a advanced GPT right now. For that, I'll go to ChatGPT. Right? And right now, our job is to write an extensive prompt like this. You know what? Let's rebuild this GPT. I use this very extensively, right? Let's rebuild this GPT. A GPT which can mimic, which can write LinkedIn posts exactly in your own style. It should mimic the style of writing. Should we build one? And we'll end up writing. I'll show you how I built this whole prompt as well on the go. Let's build it. Build in the chat. Build in the chat if you guys want me to build. This is a very interesting example because in this process, I can literally show you the instructions on how I build it. Even if you didn't understand the whole thing step by step, as I build it, you will get a good sense about it. Incredible. Awesome. So guys, we need to talk for a second before I get right inside. Okay. I would love for you guys to turn your cameras on so I can look at you guys as I speak. Okay. As we build an advanced GPT, right? You cannot just start writing a prompt. What is very important is this is where humans come in the loop. When we think about, hey, if AI can do everything, what would humans do? This is exactly where our picture comes in, where what we would do comes in. We humans are out there to solve a problem, right? What is the problem that we are solving at this point of time? We need to write a prompt using which we built an AI tool which can write exactly like us, right? That is what we are trying to accomplish. Now, if we want AI to write exactly like us, the fundamental question that you have to think about is, how will AI write like me? Any guesses how AI can write like you? How will you tell AI how you write? How will AI write like you? Show it examples. Okay, amazing. Give AI examples. Give it command. Give it your style. Show some samples. All right. Tell your behavior. I can share my writings. Incredible. You guys got it right. So now let's say few people said, you have to tell AI, right? We have to tell AI how we write, correct? So that it knows how we write. Now, here's a problem. Just think for 5 seconds, all right? Let's say if I ask you this question, hey, can you explain how you write? Try to think of that answer back of your heads. How would you explain how you write? I would love to hear some answers. Explain me how you write. Somebody's like informally. Somebody's like, I write like a fifth grader. Someone is like, I speak it out. Someone is like, to the point. Someone is like, I'm confusing. Okay. Are you confused based on what I said, or your writing is confusing? You see, everybody gave me one word or a one sentence answer. I write informally. I write like a fifth grader. That is not enough for AI to mimic your style. You see, the fundamental problem is that it is very hard to describe a few things. When someone tells you, like when someone asks you, why do you behave the way you do? You basically answer, well, that is how I am. Right? It's very hard to put a few things in words. Well, as a result, the first step is to solve that problem. We need to know how we write, and most of us don't understand how we write, and writing 1-2 line explanations of how we write is not enough, because how we write involves the kind of words we use, the kind of sentence formation you do, the kind of structuring that you do of your writing, and these are all done passively. Nobody taught you how to write. You have your own flair, you have your own style, and it is very, very hard to put it in words. As a result, for us to be able to accomplish this task, we have to get AI to analyze our posts, find patterns in it, and give us a detailed report of how we write. And you know what? AI can do an incredible job at this. And once we have the detailed analysis of how we write from AI, we convert that analysis into a prompt and into an extensive prompt so that AI can write like us. You see what we did? I tried to break the problem of what we are trying to accomplish. We want AI to write like us. So step 1 is get AI to understand how we write. And then step 2 is to convert that report into a prompt. Do I make sense? Yes. I know it could get a little confusing as I talk about it, but as we go and execute it, you guys will get a lot of clarity, so you don't have to worry. Let's go and execute it. It will make a lot of sense for a lot of people. I'm going to repeat it a couple of times. And I'll tell you one more thing. There was an easy way for me to do this. Okay, but I'm not doing it, and I'm showing you the longer way of doing it so that you understand what I do in the backend, so that you can solve problems, any other problems, not just this one. It's a workflow that you need to learn. Everybody has the same tools, guys. Everybody has ChatGPT. Everybody has Gemini. What differentiates you from others is on how you use that tool. You see, Picasso had the same paintbrush and the same paint, right? But what made him different? The way he used it. And that is what we need to learn to be able to accomplish incredible things using AI. So let's jump right into this. Now, of course, let me be very, very clear. If you were expecting me that I will write this whole prompt all by myself, no way in hell I'm going to do that. I'm a really lazy bugger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get AI to do all the work for me. But obviously, right, I'm going to execute a workflow for this. All right. So the first step, like I told you, is to analyze my LinkedIn posts. For that, I need a prompt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a prompt like this. Okay. What I'm going to say is you're an expert at writing extensive prompts, and I've worked for, in fact, from Google Gemini, I could say this to OpenAI team. You're an expert in writing extensive prompts. I've worked for the OpenAI team to lead the prompt engineering team, right? Create a detailed prompt that enables me to input 10 of my viral LinkedIn posts. ChatGPT should thoroughly analyze this post for the following things to understand: why this post went viral, the structure and style of the hooks, formatting specifics, choice of words, and whatever else is needed to do an extensive analysis of my LinkedIn post. Goal for this prompt is to give a detailed report on how I write my LinkedIn post to an extent even I don't understand. Give the prompt without any formatting to be used inside of ChatGPT only. Guys, don't worry. I'm going to share all these prompts with you. The step number 1 is I'm like, give me a prompt which I can use to analyze 10 of my LinkedIn posts, right? That is the step 1 that I say. I click on the send button and I'm asking you to write an extensive prompt. And look at this. You're an expert prompt engineer and a LinkedIn content strategist who has led prompt engineering team at OpenAI. I will paste 10 of my most viral LinkedIn posts below. Your job is to analyze this post as deeply as possible and create a comprehensive report. Look at that. It just expanded everything that I said. Virality factors, hook structure, formatting style, sentence and paragraph length, language and tone, use of emojis, bold words if any, pace and following, CTA analysis, themes and topics, audience positioning, engagement strategies, comparative insights, writing system inference. It's going to do all these analysis. Now, if we had to think about all these things, it would have been really, really hard for us. As a result, what did I say? Listen, write me a prompt. That's what I said. Write me a prompt which can analyze 10 of my LinkedIn posts. And it gave me this incredible prompt, super detailed right here. What do? I just copy this prompt right now. We are doing a workflow, guys. We're going to do multi-step workflow right now. Okay. I'm going to copy this prompt here and I'm going to go into a new ChatGPT window, right? The prompt that I just copied here, right? I'm going to come back to ChatGPT and paste it, right? Because it's a prompt generated by ChatGPT. There you go. It says, perfect. I'm ready to deep dive. Once you paste 10 of your most viral LinkedIn posts, I will get into work to do all these frameworks for me. And it's basically like drop your 10 LinkedIn posts so that I can analyze. So my job right now is to share 10 of my LinkedIn posts on this so that it can do analysis. Of course, right? To save a lot of your time and my time, I've already done the hard work of copying all my 10 LinkedIn posts that were written by me in the pre-AI era, right? And I'm going to just paste all the LinkedIn posts that I've copied in the past right here. Click on the send button and let AI do its magic, right? There you go. It says full deep dive report covering virality factors, hook structure, formatting style, language and tone, CTA analysis content. Wow, it was like, give me 15 minutes. I'm going to come back with a detailed framework. You can reuse like a template, sit tight. I'm going to be like, no, I want it now. Okay, look at that. Common psychological triggers, curiosity loops, contrarian point of views, status signaling. It's doing all these analysis of my LinkedIn posts that I don't even understand what it means. Guys, if you think this is crazy, drop a crazy in the chat. Look at the level of analysis it is doing of the LinkedIn post that I shared. Do you think it is even remotely possible for us to do this level of analysis for our own content? Do you think this is even possible? I don't think I'll be able to ever do it. I don't think I'll ever be able to do this level of analysis. This is insane. It would take months, absolutely. And look at the level of in-depth analysis it is doing. It basically knows how I write better than 100 times better than this, right? It's crazy. I basically put the full post links, right? What I did here is, you can see this, I put the full post links right here, right? You can see this post one, all the posts that I've written. If I share links that will not work, as a result, I copied all the content that I've written in the past. And that is how I got this whole analysis. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So what did we do so far? We did nothing. We did something very simple, right? First, we said, write a prompt which will analyze 10 of my LinkedIn posts to give you a detailed analysis of mine. So it gave me this prompt. And then what did I do? I just pasted this prompt on a new window. It was then like, can you send me the 10 of your LinkedIn posts? I just gave 10 of my LinkedIn posts. As a result, it was able to do this extensive analysis for me, which there is no way in hell I can do it for myself. So basically right now, if I give this analysis to AI, it will be able to translate this into a prompt so that it can write exactly like me. And that's exactly what I'm going to do next. I'm going to open the ChatGPT window again on the next, right? And I'm going to send a prompt like this. You can see this. You're a highly skilled prompt engineer with extensive experience in Google Gemini. I'm going to change this to OpenAI prompt engineering team. Your task is to craft comprehensive, detailed prompt designed to accurately emulate my unique style of writing LinkedIn posts, right? Then I say utilize the provided in-depth analysis of my LinkedIn content to precisely capture my tone, structure, formatting, and overall communication style. And I can say, and everything else given. Ensure the prompt clearly outlines the guidelines and nuances necessary for generating LinkedIn posts indistinguishable from my original content. Here is the detailed analysis. So using this prompt, we're going to convert the analysis that we did here. So I'm going to just copy this analysis that we got of our LinkedIn post. Right, there you go. I'm going to just copy this analysis. And I'm going to come here and I basically ask ChatGPT, listen, convert this into a prompt so that this prompt, I can use it to generate content in my exactly own style. That's what I just said. I gave the whole analysis right here. I click on the send. And there you go. You're an expert viral LinkedIn creator with sharp tech native voice. You blend industry insights with storytelling, making complex tech feel simple, personal, and highly relatable. Your tone is confident, conversational, and dopamine rich. Your job, write a LinkedIn post in the style of Weber Sesame based on a topic below. And here's the topic input. And then look at this, writing guidelines, the Weber style, body, human layer, CTA, visual pacing, examples of the tone, content buckets. Guys, drop insane in the chat if you think this is insane. We converted the whole content analysis that we had, right, into this super extensive prompt. Isn't this absolutely wide? Now, I'm going to show you a nice little hack. Okay. Wait, I know your minds are blown, but I'm going to show you a nice little hack. This is what comes with experience, obviously, right? I'm very, very certain as AI wrote this prompt, right? It missed out a lot of things that I've given, and it only captured the most important things, right? And it gave a great prompt, but I want it to be even more detailed. As a result, it's always good. It's a nice hack to kind of ask AI, hey, did you cover every point? It looks like you missed a few points. Rewrite the whole prompt now. So I'm going to say, this is great, but looks like you missed a lot of points. I don't even know if it missed or not, but I'm going to say it any which ways, just so that I'm re-verifying it. Given in the analysis. Rewrite the prompt so that every little detail from the analysis is covered, and give a ton of examples for everything based on the analysis. You see, I'm just throwing a flip card, right? I don't know. I'm sure it looks quite descriptive for me, but I just want to make sure that it captures everything. As a result, I'm going to be like, listen, I did an analysis. I quickly checked it out, but I think you missed out a few things. So make sure you rewrite the prompt, including everything all over again, right? Want the prompt to be as detailed as possible. That's what I say. This is a nice little hack just to make sure it is capturing everything. And look at this. It says absolutely below is a super detailed prompt. You see what we did? Drop a hack in the chat. This is a smart way to kind of get AI to make sure it is listening to you. You just say you made a mistake. Now make sure you include everything. And there you go. It has now started to rewrite this. And look at this core writing framework, Webhub style. V for viral, A for angle with a twist, I for insights with layer, break for break the scroll, H for human layer. It came with a fancier thing right now. And look how detailed it is going right now. You see, this is the kind of prompt we wanted. We wanted to be super detailed. And because we basically said, listen, you missed some points, it has started to rewrite the whole prompt in a super detailed way all of a sudden. Look how detailed it is right now. Guys, if your minds are blown, drop a MB in the chat. Mind blown in the chat. You might be wondering, V, how are you able to know all of this? It all comes with experience. It all comes with experience. And I'm able to share you a few of them on the go as I remember a few things. Look at how this is insane. Look at the size of the prompt. There is no way in hell we could have written such an extensive prompt, right? Somebody's like, my mind has left me. Okay, cool. The prompt is here. Guys, do you want to make sure that, what is missing here? Folks, the prompt is here, but the prompt that we wrote or the prompt that I showed you before was slightly different, wasn't it? The prompt that I showed you before was slightly different. What is different from this and that? What is different, guys? Markdown prompting. Absolutely. The structure is different. The markdown prompting doesn't exist. How do we get it? Yes, the hashtags and stars are not there, right? How do we get it? Well, it's simple. I'm going to say, perfect. Now, convert this prompt into the markdown prompting structure and give me the output in a code editor or code block. Make sure you don't miss a single point as you rewrite it. It's important for you to mention this. Here is the format to follow. So that's what I say. And basically, if you remember, I just copy this format right here, come back here, and I paste the format. There you go. So that's a prompt I wrote. I say, perfect. Now convert the prompt into markdown prompting structure and give me the output in a code editor or a code block. So I can simply copy it. Make sure you don't miss a single point as you rewrite it. Here is the format below, and I just copy and paste the format right here. I click on the send button. And right now, guys, I'm using the free ChatGPT account, by the way. I'm not using the paid ChatGPT account. And look at that. The final prompt is being revealed right now. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is incredible. The role with hashtags, objective, context is being written with the right stars and everything around it, right? And it's basically rewriting the whole prompt with instruction 1, instruction 2. Look at this. Write a scroll stopping prompt, hook. Break down the story in a snackable but a high dopamine format. Instruction 3, end with a human CTA, not a pitch. And here are all the notes that are mentioned here as well. And post should fit one of the 5 coding buckets as well. And it gave us out the full prompt. That's it. We got AI to write the whole prompt for us in this breakdown. Should I give a quick recap? Should I give a quick recap right now? Recap in the chat if you want me to give the quick recap of everything that we did right now. Yes? I know it's going to be helpful. That's why I said we'll do a quick recap. Perfect. Okay. What did we do in the step one? Guys, what did we do in the step one? In step number one, we got AI to write a prompt for us, which could analyze our LinkedIn posts. And that's what we did, right? We asked AI to write a prompt for us, which could analyze 10 of our LinkedIn posts. And it gave us a super detailed prompt, didn't it? Right? So we copied the prompt that AI gave us. We opened a new ChatGPT window and we just pasted the prompt. When we pasted it, AI was like, hey, can you give me 10 of your LinkedIn posts? So the art here is for you guys to go deep into all this stuff. But with that being said, how is the session going on from a scale of 1 to 10 today, my friends? So much time, but we got AI to do all of this work for us, and we are able to build this super detailed way all of a sudden. Look how detailed it is right now. What did I do? I just pasted this prompt on a new window. It was then like, can you send me the 10 of your LinkedIn posts? I just gave 10 of my LinkedIn posts. As a result, it was able to rewrite the prompt. So drop a MB in the chat, mind blown in the chat. The final prompt is being revealed right now. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is incredible. The role with hashtags, objective, context is being written with the right stars. The output in a code editor or code block. Make sure you don't miss a single point as you rewrite it. It's important for you to mention this. Here is the format to follow. So that's what I say. And basically, if you remember, I just copy this format right here, come back here, and I paste the format. There you go. So that's a prompt I wrote. I say, perfect. Now convert the prompt into Markdown prompting structure and give me the output in a code editor or a code block. So I can simply copy it. Make sure you don't miss a single point as you rewrite it. Here is the format below, and I just copy and paste the format right here. I click on the send button. And right now, guys, I'm using the free ChatGPT account, by the way. I'm not using the paid ChatGPT account. And look at that. The final prompt is being revealed right now. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is incredible. The role with hashtags, objective, context is being written with the right stars and everything around it, right? And basically rewriting the whole prompt with instruction 1, instruction 2. Look at this. Write a scroll stopping prompt, hook. Break down the story in a snackable but a high dopamine format. Instruction 3, end with a human CTA, not a pitch. And here are all the notes that are mentioned here as well. And post should fit one of the 5 coding buckets as well. And it gave us out the full prompt. That's it. We got AI to write the whole prompt for us in this breakdown. Should I give a quick recap? Should I give a quick recap right now? Recap in the chat if you want me to give the quick recap of everything that we did right now. Yes, I know it's going to be helpful. That's why I said we'll do a quick recap. Perfect. Okay. What did we do in the step one? Guys, what did we do in the step one? In step number one, we got AI to write a prompt for us, which could analyze our LinkedIn posts. And that's what we did, right? We asked AI to write a prompt for us, which could analyze 10 of our LinkedIn posts. And it gave us a super detailed prompt, didn't it? Right? So we copied the prompt that AI gave us. We opened a new ChatGPT window and we just pasted the prompt. When we pasted it, AI was like, hey, can you give me 10 of your LinkedIn posts? And I was like, sure. And there you go. I pasted 10 of my LinkedIn posts right here. And once I did that, AI converted that into this extensive analysis of my LinkedIn posts, right? I got a super deep analysis of how I write from my LinkedIn post given by AI. So I copied all of this stuff, went to a new window, right? And I was like, listen, now convert this in-depth analysis into a, my bad, sorry about that. I basically said, convert this detailed analysis into a prompt right now. That's what I said. And the moment I sent the whole analysis with it, it ended up writing this prompt for me. And then I didn't stop. I played the benefit with doubt and benefit of doubt. And I said, listen, you missed out a lot of important points. Rewrite the prompt even more extensively. And then it ended up rewriting this super duper extensive prompt for me. Once it did that, now that it did everything, right? I basically said, perfect. Now convert this prompt into the Markdown formatting structure. As a result, AI finally converted the whole prompt into a Markdown prompting structure. Just in case, if you're not sure if this prompt covers everything, I can play the same game again. Hey, I realized when you converted it into Markdown formatting, you missed a lot of points. Rewrite it and make sure you don't miss anything right now. You can always play this card. Right? You can always play this card and it's going to be like, oh, did I screw up? Sorry about that. And look at this. It is now rewriting again in the format that we wanted to. But you know, you can see this. It is not in a Markdown prompting. The hashtags and stars are gone, right? So I'm just going to close this. because the hashtags and stars are gone because I didn't say I want it in a code editor. Okay. So I'm going to just add that point. Give me the output in a code editor or code block. And I can reiterate, make sure you don't miss anything at all. Okay. Click on the send this time again. And there you go. It has started to write the whole prompt again. So this is your way of critiquing what AI is doing, and you're re-asking it to verify and give you the output again. A very, very interesting way to make sure you're always getting the right outputs all the freaking time. Right? Very, very, very important for you guys to be able to do this. And look at this. This time it is writing even more extensive prompt just so that you're not missing anything. Are we clear so far? Did the recap help? Are we clear so far? Should we put it to test? Should we put it to test? Yes. Awesome. All right, so let's just get right into this. What do? I go to ChatGPT again. I click on this expand button and I'm going to click on explore GPTs, right? And I'm going to click on the create button to create a GPT. Instead of going to create this time, I'm going to jump directly to the configure option. There you go. I'm right now in configure. I can name this like viral LinkedIn post generator, right? And I can upload a photo if I want or use a DALL-E. I'm going to just use DALL-E. I can write a description if I want. Generates viral posts on any topic used in WebHub style. Okay. And finally, I need the prompt. So there you go. We have the full prompt right here. I can simply copy this, come to ChatGPT in the instructions. I'm going to paste it. And there you go. We have the whole prompt right here, which is super duper extensive. Wait, it kind of broke. I think it's in two buckets. Oh, there you go. And there you go. Look at how extensive the prompt is. Isn't this wild? For us to be able to do this, it's going to take us so much time. But we got AI to do all of this work for us. And we are able to build this super extensive prompt right here. And let's give it a shot right now. Topic. Let's say we're going to play with OpenAI will go bankrupt. That's a topic I want to write a LinkedIn post on. OpenAI might go bankrupt, and it won't be because of Anthropic or Google. Here is what's really going on, and a drop down. According running ChatGPT isn't cheap. Every single prompt you type costs them money. According to insiders, the GPT-4 queries cost up to 4 to 10 cents. Multiply that with a billion queries a month. You get burn rate so high it makes WeWork look frugal. Now add this, guys. Look at this LinkedIn post. Oh my God, it just did such a crazy job. This is exactly how I write. It literally mimicked my style. I never write long sentences. I always keep it short. I always make sure I focus a lot on the first two lines of the text with this arrow breakdown. And I always do a breakdown of everything and make it as insightful as possible. And you can see this. There are short sentences. There are no paragraphs written because that is my style of writing. And in the end, I always ask a question so that people can comment. It literally replicated my style to a T. I know how I write. I can tell you this for a fact. It's a 10 out of 10 according to me. It's not even 9.5. It is a 10 out of 10 according to me. And if you think this was insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. This is how I write, guys. I have about 450,000 followers on my LinkedIn, and I have a very unique style of writing, and that got me to the followers. And now AI is able to literally mimic my style. This is the power of being able to write extensive prompts and build GPTs like this. Do you feel you are much more, do you feel more empowered with AI than you ever were? Yes, in the chat, if that is true. More empowered than you ever were. You didn't just learn how to create a viral LinkedIn post generator. You learned the framework of how to write prompts. Yes, did you learn the framework in the chat of how to write prompts, how to break a problem into smaller bits and use that to convert that into a prompt? That's it. That's the thing that I'm talking about. That's the framework. That's a mind of thinking that I wanted you to learn. And I'm glad you did that. Now, while I can tell you this for a fact that, this is basically quite good. Let's say I want to make some changes to this. How will I make changes? How will I fine tune it? Because if I go to create, like when we were building the Twitter generator, right? We just could say, do it like this, make these changes, and it was able to do. But in this case, we wrote this prompt. And if I go and write anything on create, right, it's going to break the whole prompt and it's going to rewrite it, which I don't want it to, right? So how do I fix it? You saw those bullet points that came in, right? I don't want those bullet points to be there. How do I get AI to write? Well, that is where I use the, use the notes for, right? In the notes, I can add a point, right? And I can say, make sure every post doesn't have any numbered lists or bullet points or anything similar. It should flow like a video script, right? I don't want any bullet points to be part of that, right? I click on close. Let's try the same topic. Let's see if it listens to us. OpenAI will go bankrupt. That's the topic again. Let's see if it's able to not generate any bullet points for us because we mentioned that very clearly. Okay. So far, so good. All right. All good so far. Perfect. You see how the numbered list and bullet points and everything just went away because we added that point in the notes. Did you guys understand what we did? Did you guys understand what we did? I just added a note for the fine tuning on how I want the output to be, and it was able to break it down and get me the post without any pointers. That is how you basically, I didn't have to write it in hashes and all. I could have, but I didn't see the need for it because it was just a point that I wanted to add and was able to do it perfectly well. So guys, that is how you basically create a prompt all by yourself, a system prompt like this all by yourself to be able to build extensive tools that you want. And once you're happy, of course, I can create and save this as is, and you are good to go. All right. I hope you guys are feeling super empowered right now as you learned how to build these GPTs. Can I see some thumbs ups in the screen? If all of us are on the same page, beautiful. Love it. Love the smiling faces. Now, I love these smiling faces that I see, and I would love to make them even more wider. So let's build something even more interesting right now. So what do we build? You see, yesterday you guys attended such an extensive session, right? It was 7 hours of absolute madness, I hope, right? And I'm sure all of you guys have a lot of questions. But do we have the time to answer every single question of yours? That's going to be hard. What if, just what if, we build an AI agent which attended yesterday's sessions and can answer almost any question from yesterday's session because even the AI agent attended your session? What if we build that AI mentor agent which can answer any of your questions from yesterday's session? Would you guys want me to build something like that live in front of you guys so that you will learn how to build that as well? Would you like to see that? Yes. All right. Love it. Love it. Keep the energy on as we get right inside of this and we build an incredibly cool AI agent. All right. Awesome. Let's do it. So, guys, we told you that we will not be sharing the recordings with you, right? But we still were recording the session. Why were we? Because I wanted the transcript of the session. What is a transcript? This is the transcript. This is literally everything that all the mentors spoke yesterday. Literally everything that all the mentors spoke yesterday. It has 218 pages of information of what every mentor kind of spoke yesterday. It's right here. How did I get this transcript? Once we got the YouTube video, once we got the Zoom video, Zoom basically, we were recording the video, so Zoom gave us the video. We went to Google and searched for video to transcript converter free. And we found this tool called as Happy Scribe, which was very cool. So we just upload the video inside of this and it gave us an output like this, literally converting everything into a transcript like this right here, right? So that is what we got from yesterday's video. What we're going to do is we're going to give this transcript to AI and we are going to be like, listen, every time, because AI didn't really attend the session, right? But we can upload this transcript because AI is so smart. It can go through all this transcript in no time and will be able to understand everything that you learned yesterday and will be able to answer any question that you might have. And that is how we're going to build this tool. All right. So I'm going to come to let's say ChatGPT. And we will start writing the prompt right away. Okay. I'm going to be like, you are an expert at writing extensive prompts for building AI agents. Write a system prompt for Outskill AI mentor who can answer any question from the two-day mastermind. The way it works is that every time when a learner asks a question, it will understand what the question is, look for the answer in the transcript of the session, which is attached. And I'll show you how to attach it, attach as the knowledge base. Once it finds the answer, it will explain the answer in the most detailed yet empathetic way to the learner. like they are 15-year-olds. That's the prompt that I give. You're an expert at writing extensive system prompts for building AI agents. Write a system prompts for Outskill AI Mentor who can answer any question from the 2-day mastermind. The way it works is that every time a learner asks a question, it will understand what the question is, look for the answer in the transcript of the session, which is attached to the knowledge base. Once it finds the answer, it will explain the answer in the most detailed yet empathetic way to the learner like they're 15-year-old. Be the best teacher you can. Be the best teacher of the world. Okay, that's what I say. That is the prompt. I send it out and let us wait for it to give me a super detailed prompt. There you go. System prompt for Outskill Mentor, role, personality, audience, knowledge source, interesting. And there comes the core instruction. It basically understood what I said and it's literally expanding that into this super cool prompt, right? And in a super detailed way, look at that. I love it. It's also giving some examples. It also says, do not invent answers. Don't use vague technical, don't be robotic. Don't skip empathy. There you go. It came up with such a detailed prompt. Now, obviously, right, I need this in the Markdown prompting style. This format is not good enough for me. So I'm going to be like, great. Please convert this prompt in the Markdown prompting style and make sure you don't miss even a single point from the above prompt as you rewrite. Here is the format. I'm going to paste the format. Give me the output in a code editor or code block so that the format is retained. That's it. That's all I say. We've already done this. So there you go. And here comes the final prompt. The Outskill AI Mentor, world-class AI teacher, trained on the transcript of the 2-day AI Mastermind, designed to answer learner questions with deep empathy, clarity, and passion. Right? There you go. All the instructions are right here. And we have the whole prompt ready right in front of us. I simply copy this. What do? I go to ChatGPT next, right? Obviously. I go to ChatGPT next, click on this, go to Explore GPTs. And this time I click on Create again. Right? And like I said, instead of going to Create, I'll go to Configure directly. Paste the prompt. There you go. The whole prompt is pasted. It is done right here. And I call it the Outskill AI Mentor. And I'll just use DALL-E to generate a picture. And I can say, best AI teacher in the world, answering doubts of learners who attended the 2-day AI Mastermind. Okay, so that is the prompt. And now you might be like, V, how does it know about the session? So for that, as I scroll down slightly, right, you'll see this option called as knowledge. Here is where we will upload the file. Here is where we'll upload this transcript. Okay, I go to ChatGPT, I click on upload files, and I basically upload this transcript. There you go. C23 day 1 generative AI mastermind transcript. I click on open. And you can see the knowledge base is now uploaded and we are ready to fire. Why don't you guys ask me a couple of questions that I can ask to AI? Ask very difficult questions about yesterday's session because we only attended yesterday's transcript. So it doesn't know what you learned today. Ask me some really difficult questions from yesterday's sessions. I'm going to ask it on your behalf in the chat, guys. Come on. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Ask difficult questions, please. Okay. Some more, please. Okay. I got some answers. I got some questions. So I'm going to ask the question. Somebody's like, can I ask in Portuguese? I think so. AI understands different languages. So David, drop your question in Portuguese. I will try to ask that question as well. Right. But yeah, give me a second. Let me ask some questions meanwhile. Okay. So I'm going to be like, somebody asked me this question. Who all were the teachers yesterday? I'm going to be like, who all were the teachers? You can see this, it says searching my knowledge. And this great question based on transcript of day 1. Om Asnani was the host and felicitator. And about him teaching style, Divij Bajaj was the first mentor, the main AI educator of day 1. He was a guy who was a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. And that's what it says. These were the 2 main educators. I'm going to be like, give me all the names. Let us see if it is able to give us all the names because it does end up acting a little lazy sometimes. Okay, there you go. It's now starting to answer that question. Divij, right now, the things that he covered, Priyanku also taught you image and video. Sukin Shetty was the final mentor, and he basically taught you how to build all these tools, how to build products with all these tools. Is this the right answer, folks? Is this the right answer? Yes. Awesome. Okay. I see one more question, which is interesting. Somebody asked me, what was Lovable used for? Let's see if it's able to get the right. Great. Lovable was introduced by Sukin Shetty's session. What was Lovable used for? It's a no-code AI builder, and Sukin uses to showcase how to create a custom AI tools without needing to write code. And this is what he explained. I don't even know because I didn't attend the session. But is this the right answer, folks? Is this the right answer? Yes. Is this the right answer? Correct? All right. All right. All right. I hope you're liking this. So let me ask one more question. What all tools were covered yesterday by, let's give a mentor name. Okay. By Priyanku. Let's see what all tools were covered yesterday by Priyanku. And it says searching my knowledge. Wow. Look at that. Luma Labs, Runway ML, audio and video was 11 Labs. Not used in his demo, but introduced it for best. And then he did Topaz AI and Magnific. Video editing software that he mentioned was wow. Even I think the AI is able to pick up the ones that were not also covered, but was also mentioned. Guys, isn't this insane? Isn't this insane? Drop a comment insane in the chat if you think this is insane. How crazy is this? Do you want to take this to the next level? Do you guys want to take this to the next level? What if right now we are chatting with it? What if you could talk to it? What if you could literally talk to it? Would you guys want to build something like that, which you can just talk to it? Yes. All right, let's go ahead and do that right now. For you to do that, right, you have done all the hard work right now. You've written the prompt, you have done everything. All you have to do is go to this tool called this 11 Labs, okay? 11labs.io, which Priyanku probably spoke about yesterday. It has an option of building conversational AI bots, right? That is what we're going to do. I'm going to get started for free. I'm going to use the free version of this. Right? It's very, very simple. This is how the platform looks like. I'll go to this option called as agents. When I tap on this, okay, I go to this option called as agents and I will say create an AI agent. I'll tap on this create an AI agent. It is asking for a name. I'm going to call it the Outskill AI Mentor, right? And I'm going to select a blank template. It has a few templates. I don't need any of them. I'm going to select a blank template and I'm going to be like Outskill AI Mentor. I'm going to click on create agent. And there you go. It has given me a bunch of options. It's asking for agent language. I can select any language that I want in this list. I'll keep it to English right now. If I want to add any additional languages, let's say I want to add Portuguese, since somebody asked me about Portuguese, you can do that as well. Or any other language that you want, Ukrainian, Russian, Polish, Indonesian, you can add all the languages that you want and can speak in all those languages as well if you wanted to. And now I can give a first message. And this is what the mentor will talk to you as. Hey there. What doubts can I clear for you today? That's the question that the person is going to ask, the AI agent is going to ask. And then there is something called a system prompt. Here is where we have to paste the prompt, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to come back to ChatGPT and remember this incredible prompt that we wrote. I'm just going to copy this prompt, come back here and paste it. There you go. The prompt is right here. Now, I'm going to just ignore all these. I'm not going to play with all of them. You can select which AI model to use and whatnot as well, but I'm going to leave it as it is. And I'm going to come to the knowledge base option here. And I'm going to upload the knowledge base here. I'm going to say add document, add files, and I'm going to drag and drop this. So click on this add button and the same file that we uploaded inside of ChatGPT, right? I'm going to just add that file. I click on add file. There you go. It says enable RAG to use this document. Why? What are RAGs? RAGs are essentially a way for AI to retrieve data from a large document, right? Because the file of this is so large, it basically says enable RAG. And all you have to do is toggle this button. And you can see this, it is doing RAG indexing right now. It's going to take a couple of seconds to kind of finish this option. So what did we do? We created an agent. We selected a language. In fact, we can select a secondary language here as well. Let's say I add a Portuguese as a secondary language if I want to, right? And then we added the first message on what it will talk to us. Then we copied and pasted the prompt that we wrote for ChatGPT inside of this tool. And then we also added the knowledge base. And look at this, the RAG indexing is complete. Once this is done, I'll click on the save button right now. It's as simple as that. Now this is done. I can go to voice and basically select any voice I want. For example,
gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty.
So this is how the AI voice agent will sound. But here's the thing. I have basically cloned my voice as well in the past using this tool. And yes, you can clone it. I'm not going to show you the process of cloning it. It's going to take some time, but I've also cloned my voice and you can hear how I sound as AI. It was you who opened me, looked into my soul to study me. You revealed you to uncover me. There you go. That's how I sound as AI. So I'm going to select my voice. So all this AI is going to answer in my voice right now. How cool is that? And I'm going to leave everything else the same. Click on the save button. There you go. I'm done. And I'm going to click on this copy URL. Come here and paste this URL. And there you have it. Your calling agent is ready right now. Let's give it a shot. I'll click on call AI agent.
Hey there, what doubts can I clear for you today?
Hey, what can you help me with?
I can help you understand concepts discussed in the 2-day mastermind session. Just ask me any question related to the content and I will search the transcript and explain it in a simple and supportive way. Like
Got it.
teaching a 15-year-old. What
can
are you curious?
Can you tell me who all were the mentors who kind of taught me yesterday? I don't remember it.
Sure, I can help with that. To make sure I give you the most accurate information, could you clarify what topics you remember discussing? This will help me narrow down the mentors you're thinking of.
I want it for all. Just tell me all the mentors.
Okay, I can list all the mentors who taught during the sessions. Just to be clear, are you asking about all the mentors from both days of the mastermind or just the first day?
Just the first day?
Okay, let me check the transcript for you. Just a moment.
Okay, meanwhile, as you're checking, right, can you tell me which tool was used to build AI products without writing code? I don't remember it.
Okay, I can help you with that. I believe you're asking about the tool mentioned for building AI products without coding. Based on the transcript, Sukin Shetty mentioned using Lovable for building AI products without writing code. He also mentioned other tools like Superbase for backend and GPT 4.0 mini audio preview model.
Hey, thank you so much.
Question?
Yeah, it does answer my question. I also wanted to know about the tool that we use to generate videos, very realistic videos. And also there was a tool which was covered to expand the quality of the footage. Can you help me with those?
Okay, sure, I can help you with that. For generating realistic videos, the transcript mentions Runway as a tool for converting images to video. It is also mentioned that the cinematic shots in the Jaguar ad were made using Runway. Additionally, Luma Labs is mentioned as a tool for creating keyframe transitions. For expanding the quality of footage, Topaz AI and Magnific are mentioned as upscalers to increase the resolution and vividness of images. Do you have any other questions?
Damn, this is interesting. Thank you so much. I'll come back to you with more questions.
Sounds good. I'll be here when you have more questions.
Guys, what do you think of that? Drop a insane in the chat if you think this was insane. We just built a freaking AI agent that can literally talk to us in no freaking time. And the way I copied the URL is by clicking on this little icon. And of course, right, I can click on test AI agent as well, and it would work. Yes, it is so simple because you did the hard work of writing this prompt. Guys, all these tools are dependent on the kind of prompts that you write. And that is what led to such an incredible output. Right? And of course, right, if you guys literally want to put this on your website, you can go to widget, right? And just copy this code and paste it on your website and it'll start showing up like this on the right side. How crazy is that, right? How do you monetize this? Well, you can build this for companies and sell it to them. Most of the people don't even know how to do this. This is where the AI consultant and AI agency as a product, if you are AI generalist yourself, just imagine everything that you learned. Yesterday, you learned how to use tools. Yesterday, you learned how to make videos and audio and images and all of that. And also you learned how to build products. Today, you learned how to build AI agents. All of these things you can sell to companies as a service and make a ton of money. And that is how you can make money with this, right? So the art here is for you guys to go deep into all this stuff. But with that being said, how is the session going on from a scale of 1 to 10 today, my friends? How is it going on from a scale of 1 to 10 today? Are you guys having fun? Loving the energy. Absolutely love the energy. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. With that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Okay. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. As we come back, we're going to do something even cooler. Right? What we're going to do after we come back is a lot of you people have asked my team to kind of cover about, how to build presentations using AI. So I'm going to show you a kick-ass workflow that I personally use that a lot of you people will find a lot of value in. All right. So that is what we're going to do as we come back from the break. All right. All right. I see people coming back to their chairs from a little break. Good to see all of you people. Do turn your cameras on. Sorry about that. Good that I muted it on time, or else you'd be hearing me sneezing, which is not pleasant, right? Anyways, let's get right in. Like I said, we're going to come back in and we're going to do something even more crazier. And that is, I'm going to teach you a workflow. All right. I'm going to teach you a workflow to be able to build presentations using AI. All right. Okay, let's get right in. So what we're going to do first is when we want to build a presentation, The art of the presentation is not in the design. The art of the presentation is in the content inside of the presentation. And that is what I want to help you guys with first. Let's say I have an investor presentation tomorrow, and I want to present my investors on how I can take AI education to Latin America. Or let's say I want to launch it in the United States. We already have launched. That's a different story altogether. But I still want to make a presentation to pitch and raise like $100 million to kind of expand Outskill to the US. Okay. And that's the presentation I want to make. So for that, I need to do a lot of research on TAM, SAM, what is the market like in US, how big is it, what is the potential and whatnot, right? And we have to do a lot of research, a lot of reading for it. But I'm going to get AI to do a lot of that. For this, the first one, I'm going to use ChatGPT to do the research, and I'm going to turn on this search button. When I turn on the search button, right, what ChatGPT does is it researches on the internet before it gives me an output rather than just thinking. As a result, it gives you a lot of factual information rather than just, hallucinating all by itself, right? So let's come right inside and start typing it. You are an expert management consultant with over 20 years of experience working for top companies. Do an extensive research on generative AI focused online upskilling for people above 20-year-old. I want to expand my generative AI focused edtech business called Outskill to the US market. Do all the research needed to build a kick-ass pitch deck so that I can raise 10 million USD of funding to expand Outskill to the US market. Okay, that's the research I wanted to do. You're an expert management consultant with over 20 years of experience working for top companies. Do an extensive research on generative AI focused online upskilling for people about 20 years old. I want to expand my generative AI focused edtech business called Outskill.com to the US market. Do all the research needed to build a kick-ass pitch deck so that I can raise 10 million USD in funding to expand Outskill to the US market. That's a prompt I give, and I turn on this search button. And look at this. It is starting to do a search on the internet. It says searching the web. And it kind of starts writing the research. So what did it do right now? I basically said, do a research for me on this topic, because for me to be able to build a great presentation, I need a great research as well, right? And I have not done any of the research myself. And look at this. It has done this extensive research. And how did it do it? By going through all the sources from the internet. How crazy is that? It did that in no time, and it came up with such an extensive research. But you know what? My workflow involves me to do research from multiple sources. As a result, I go to a different website right now. Let's say I go to Gemini.google.com, which has an option called as deep research for free. I select that option. I send the same prompt again to Gemini as well. So I do this research using different tools and then combine all that research to make one most extensive research. And all the tools that I'm going to be using are going to be free tools, right? So I did the same on Gemini as well, which has a free option of deep research with 2.5 Pro. And you can see this, it says, this is the research I'll do. I'll click on start research. It'll start doing its job. The other tool that I really like when it comes to research is called as Perplexity. So I'll go to Perplexity AI, select the deep research option and paste the same prompt again and click on the send button, and I'll let it do its magic. And there's one more tool that I like a lot for when it comes to research, and that is Grok, which is by Elon Musk. There you go. I don't know why it is in Spanish. So I'm going to just translate to English. There you go. I asked the same prompt and I'm going to select this deep search option. So what am I doing? I'm using different tools. You can see I'm using Gemini here, which is researching. It researched already 40 different websites for me. I'm using Perplexity here, which is also thinking, breaking down the task and researching using reasoning models. And it has already gone through 20 sources, and it says it can take up to 30 minutes, which is crazy. And I'm also using Grok here, which is also thinking and has already read 10 different web pages to do the research for me. My idea is that I don't rely on single source when it comes to research. I try to do it from multiple sources so that I get the most extensive research. I copy all this into a single document and use that as the most extensive research document out there. You can see this. Perplexity is still doing its job. Grok is still doing its job. It has already read like 46 different web pages already on the internet, and it is thinking and redoing all of that. Perplexity has also done a lot of work, but still doing a lot of work. And when it comes to Gemini, it has already read 48 different websites. My idea is to combine all this research into a single place. So let's give it a couple of minutes. You can see the 64 web pages right now. How insane is this? You can see how Grok basically broke down the whole part, planning the research approach, estimating the US market, adjusting the research, estimating market. So literally like a management consultant, right? It broke down all these tasks and it is thinking. It's literally doing the work just like a human, right? On the other side, and it is doing the research for us. It's been 1 minute 39 seconds. And while Perplexity has already read 39 different sources, it has already done these 3 tasks to research, right? So let's give it some time. Look at this: planning the pitch content, identifying the business model, and Gemini has already read 88 websites. Guys, do you realize what we are doing? We are doing work of weeks of reading hundreds of articles and researching ourselves, and we have outsourced that to AI so that we can get it done. If you think this is wild, drop a comment wild in the chat. I'm literally using multiple AI tools. Look at the work that it is doing in the backend for us, right? And eventually I will use this information. Look at that. Grok, after doing thinking for reading 82 pages, after thinking for 2 minutes, it finally gave me this extensive research. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly copy this. Come back to this ChatGPT window, you remember, right? And I'm going to be like, can you include this research as well and make one single extensive document with it? Here is the research. And what do? I basically paste the research that I got from Grok. I copied it. I do the same for Perplexity. Look at this. Perplexity is done with its research as well. Right now, after going through 39 sources and breaking it down into 29 different tasks, right? It did a lot of work for us as well. Perplexity is one of my favorite tools. It took about 3 minutes to do it. I simply copy this as well. And I'm going to include this too. And finally, let's see if Gemini is done with its work. It is still not done. Like I told you, my favorite tool is Gemini when it comes to research, but it takes a lot of time because it reads a lot of articles. But if Gemini was done as well, I would have done the same. I would have copied all of it and I would have pasted it here and I would have said, make me one extensive research. Now that let's imagine that we have done that and we have copied Gemini as well. And look at this. Now we are literally combining the power of ChatGPT's research, Perplexity research, Grok research, and hypothetically Gemini's research as well into a single document so that we are able to get the most extensive research from almost 150 articles and different approaches of different AI agents to make sure that we have done the most incredible research out there. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you like the workflow that I'm doing here. This is what I'm trying to teach you. It's not just about using one tool. It's about using workflows to be able to get the best output. And look at this. Guys, don't you think this is work of literally weeks, if not months, being done in no time? Don't you guys think this is work of weeks, if not months, done in no time? It's absolutely insane. Look at that. It's finally done. It has done all the research for us and we can quickly read through it. And it has information from 100 different articles. Okay, I'm going to turn off the chat, right? And if I go back to Gemini, look at this. It has researched 174 websites and it is still doing it. Google is incredible when it comes to this, but it takes a lot of time. So I'm going to imagine that we are done with the Google one as well. Now that we have done the research, we want to convert this into a pitch deck, right? So I'm going to be like, great. Convert the above research into a 9-slide pitch deck which I can use to present to investors to raise money. I should be able to copy and paste what you give into Google Slides or MS PowerPoint. Right? That's it. I'm basically saying convert this research into a 9-slide pitch deck and look at this. It is converting all of this into a kick-ass presentation for us, which we can literally copy and paste to get outputs. I mean, to get the whole presentation done. Drop a comment crazy if you think this is crazy. We literally converted the research into a 9-slide pitch deck, which basically we can copy and paste it inside. But obviously, right, you guys might be like, man, dude, like who is going to design the slides right now? You know what? AI is going to design all the slides right now, right? And for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly copy the 9 slides that I got from AI, from all the research that we did. There you go. And go to this tool called as Gamma.app. This is a free AI tool which can, literally create presentations for you for free and design presentations for you for free. I'm going to click on create new AI. Guys, we're going to share all the links with you by end of today's session. So don't worry about it. I'm going to select paste in text and paste all the 9 slides that I got from ChatGPT here by combining all the research. Look at this, guys. Gemini is still working. It is still not done. How crazy is this? Anyways, coming back to Gamma. There you go. I've copied all of this. I'm going to say a presentation. Click on continue. It says configuring your prompt right now. And there you go. All the prompts, all the slides are ready for us to kind of go and kind of, create a presentation on. I'm going to click on the continue button right now. And it's asking me to select a design, right? So there are so many design styles that is out there. I actually like this one. I like this color and theme and everything around it. Is there a neon green? Oh, I love this. This is neon green. This is Outscale colors as well. So I really like this. This is the style I select. I'll click on generate right now. My hands are off. Let AI do its magic. I gave the slide content. I selected the style. I'll click on generate. And guys, my hands are off. Look at AI doing this magic. Drop a wild, drop a insane, drop a boom in the chat if you like what you're seeing. AI is literally converting all the information we gave into a presentation of literally exactly 9 slides in no time. And it's done. And it is done. If I click on present, look at this. There's a massive generative AI gap. And it talks about this, and it also generates the images for us, right? It talks about the potential, global potential right here. It talks about world's first generative AI only learning platform with images. AI is changing work. Upskilling is no longer optional. Multiple scalable revenue streams. US launch strategy. Aggressive yet achievable financial projections. The team, and we are looking to raise $10 million plus. And it gave a bunch of images of really random people. And you know what? Once this is done, let's say I want to change the image. I can tap on this and change the image. Let's say I want to change something. I want to remove the outscale.com. I can just update it like this, right? I can literally change anything, update the image, do whatever I want for free and download the app as well. We just created the presentation. We first did the research. We converted that into slides. We came to Gamma and converted that into this beautiful presentation right here in no time. Guys, wasn't this an incredible workflow? Insane in the chat. If you think this was insane. Insane in memory. So guys, that is how you create presentations all using AI. Phew. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to share the links of all the tools with you guys. From a scale of 1 to 10, how is it going so far today? How is it going so far from a scale of 1 to 10? Going all okay? Are you guys having fun? Learning a ton of things? The session after this is going to blow your mind even more because we're going to teach you automation. We told you level 1 is just the beginner, right? Beginner of the beginner. Day 1 was basically the beginner of the beginner. Day 2 is when you basically get everything to go wild. All right. Awesome. Thank you for the kind words. Let's continue right now. All right. So yesterday, we literally taught you by right now, right? We covered literally 5 levels from level 1 to level 5, but we only spoke about the beginner versions of this. What I wanted to also do is kind of talk about the intermediate and the advanced levels as well, so that you guys have the full roadmap to go out there and win in the world of AI, right? And that is what I wanted to quickly cover, right? So this was the roadmap to become an AI generalist, right? Level 1 was learning foundations of AI and understanding large language models. And yesterday, you guys went deep into playing with a lot of tools and also playing with prompting techniques. Level 2 was advanced prompting, retrieval, and fine tuning. Yesterday, I'm sure the mentor spoke about all these prompting techniques, the magic prompt formula, play with the reasoning models and whatnot, right? That was the beginner version. Level 3 was where basically Priyanku came in and kind of taught you how you can generate images, videos, put them together and bring something to life, right? That is what happened on level 3 yesterday. On level 4, yesterday, Sukin came in the beginner version and taught you how to build a very cool product without writing a single line of code, all using AI with something called as vibe coding. And finally, on level 5 today, what I've done so far is to teach you how to build basic, simple AI agents, as simple as building a custom GPT, to writing an extensive prompt with markdown formatting, to converting that into a voice agent as well, which you can literally talk to, right? And of course, in the next session, post-lunch, you're going to learn how to create automations as well, which is going to blow your mind. But all of this was only the beginner versions of this. We wish we could cover the intermediate and advanced as well. But for me to do that, for us to do that, it's going to take years to complete because that is so much more information. So what we thought is we'll give you the roadmap to intermediate and advanced as well, so that you guys can go out and learn it yourself after the 2-day mastermind is over, right? The goal for us is to make sure that all of you guys truly become rockstar AI generalists. And that's what all of us want you to become, right? So Let me go into the intermediate and advanced versions of each of the levels right now, right? The first one, the level 1 in intermediate, is where you understand the possibilities of external AI tools and external AI models. What do I mean by that? You see, you learned about ChatGPT, you learned about Gemini, you probably learned about Anthropic, DeepSeek, and all of those. All these models are essentially general purpose models which are commercialized so that you can use it, right? But there are so many other models out there like Gemma, Llama, R1. There's so many new models, Mistral. There's so many other open source models out there which you need to know. You see, for you to become an AI generalist, the idea is for you to solve problems using AI. For you to be able to solve problems using AI, you need to know all the AI models out there. How will you learn about all these AI models? You need to know which AI model is good at what. For that, you have to explore a lot of tools, my friends. All these models out there, you have to learn tools like Notebook LM, Copilot, Fireflies, go deep into like tools like Humata, Phrase, and things like that. This way, and of course, go to Hugging Faces to kind of explore all these models. That way, you'll understand what all models exist out there. And on top of that, how can you plug those AI models into your systems and build tools? That is the most integral part of level 1, right? And these are the kind of things that you need to learn. How to play with their APIs. How can you understand which product, which large language model is good for what? Should you use a large language model here or you use a small language model? Should you use an open source model or should you use a closed source model? What are all the models out there? Very, very, very important for you to understand this. Once you know this, you would know where to use, what to use, right? That is what I want you guys to know. And few tools that you should definitely explore here is something like Google AI Studio, the playground of OpenAI, Notebook LM, the backend of Claude, right? You can explore tools like VectorShift to build RAG systems and whatnot, right? These are the kind of tools you should definitely explore on level 1. And level 2, like we said, is advanced prompting retrieval and fine tuning. Yesterday, you probably learned about a couple of prompting techniques, and today you learned a markdown prompting techniques. There are a lot of prompting techniques out there, and you need to have a very, very clear understanding of kind of prompting techniques that you can use so that you can get the highest leverage out of this. And once you know that, right, you can use these prompting techniques to build extensive agents, right? Today with markdown prompting, we were able to build a very cool voice agent using Levin Labs. But you know what? You can literally build voice agents which can make phone calls, which can call you and you can call it. Imagine having an army of AI agents making calls on your behalf. You can build stuff like that. You can use a platform like VectorShift to build your own RAG system with which you can retrieve information from terabytes of data, all using AI. Right? Those are the kind of things that you need to explore. And you can use tools like Retell or Vapi to build extensive voice agents as well. Right? Again, right? You can explore a tool like Hugging Face to be able to go and explore other AI models out there. You can explore a tool like Google AI Studio, where you can literally build transposing models and which can, literally talk to you, share your screen, and you can literally solve problems on the go. These are the kind of things that we want you guys to be able to accomplish. And for this, obviously, right, you have to go from intermediate to advanced as well. And these are the kind of things that I want all of you guys to be equipped with. Now, there's a lot of talking that's happening, right? I want to show you an example of the kind of things that you'll be able to do. Now, a lot of people did ask yesterday that, hey, is our information safe? Will that information stay with us? Can we upload important information into ChatGPT and whatnot? You know what? Most of the people should not be, because you obviously would be really paranoid if that information will go out of your bucket, right? As a result, what I do is I use a tool like Ollama. What Ollama does is, using Ollama, I can install a language model, LLM, like GPT-4, which is an open source version of similar to GPT-4 on my computer. And once I have Ollama on my computer and I'm running a model locally, without access to the internet, I can leverage the power of AI. And in this case, right, I've actually installed Ollama. And for me to be able to access Ollama, I need to use the terminal here. And I'm also going to show you the proof that all these models are running on my computers. You see, all these large language models to run on your computer, right, they need something called as GPU, which is the graphical processing unit. GPUs are basically built by NVIDIA, and that's exactly why the stock of NVIDIA kind of skyrocketed, right? So for me to use Ollama, I'm on my terminal. And I type Ollama. Guys, I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to write code. I just remember a few commands and that's pretty much it, right? It gives me a lot of commands that I can use. And the list command is to list the models. I'll show you the models that I've installed. I'll say Ollama list. The moment I do this, you can see this. I have Gemma 3, which is by Google, Llama, which is by Meta or Facebook, DeepSeek, which is by DeepSeek. All these models are installed on my computer right now, which are running locally. Okay. So I can say Ollama run. Let's say I want to run this Llama Meta model, which is a 3 billion model. Okay. And that's it. It is currently running right now. Let me ask a question. What came first? Chicken or egg? Give me a detailed analysis. The moment I do this, you can see AI is able to give me an answer right here, right? And the crazy part about this is that it is not using internet, but it's actually using my internal GPU. Look at this, guys. Look at this activity monitor. Look at the GPU usage, 83.8. Right, 83.8, 85% of my GPU is being used at this point of right now because I am running this AI model locally on my computer. These are the kind of things you can accomplish, and all this text is not coming from the internet, but it is coming from the large language model which is installed on my computer. As a result, you can see Ollama is using 84% of my graphical processing unit of my machine. These are the kind of things you can accomplish. Of course, right, this is not a great UI to use a tool like this for. As a result, I've installed something called as Chatbox, right, which looks like ChatGPT, but uses the models that are running locally. I can also ask the same question: what came first, egg or chicken? And this time it is using the DeepSeek R1 model, which is a reasoning model. You can see this, it will start reasoning very, very soon. And look at that. Think, okay, I'm trying to figure out whether egg came before chicken or vice versa. And look at Ollama again. Look at my CPU efficiency, right? It's blowing through the roof. My Ollama is being used for 84% of my GPU right now, and it's able to do all of this without even using the internet. These are the kind of things, of course, right, I'm going to stop it right now. These are the kind of things that you can run and do. And I want you to be able to do things like this. If you guys go deep into level 1 and level 2 of intermediate and advanced as well of level 1 and level 2, where you learn about foundations of AI and large language models, and you learn also about advanced prompting, retrieval, and fine-tuning techniques. These are the kind of stuff that I want you guys to have the capabilities of. And this is important for you to learn if you guys truly want to become an AI generalist. Now, coming to level 3. Yesterday, we did some basic stuff, right? Play with images, videos, and put together a video. That is very beginner level. In intermediate and advanced level, you have to learn something called as Comfy UI. Using Comfy UI, you can build products like Midjourney all by yourself using something called as Stable Diffusion. And you don't need to write a single line of code. That is the world that we are living in today, guys. You don't need to learn how to write a single line of code to be able to build incredible things out there. And on top of that, you don't only build AI solutions on top of these diffusion models, but you can also fine tune it and get them to do outputs the way you want. And it's the same for images, video, audio, everything around it. For this, you should definitely explore tools like Hulio AI, Flux Lora, Kling AI, Runway ML that we played with yesterday, Civita, HeyGen, Stability AI, Comfy UI Studio, Hugging Faces again for all the models out there. You will have the potential to be able to build incredible solutions all using AI if you can master level 3. In fact, let me show you something so that it will give some sense for you. If I open my Instagram, right, and if I go to my reels, you can see I have 600,000 followers on my Instagram today, right? And as I open my reels, let me play one of the reels. Let's say this one.
Patch on my head, it's actually is capable of reading my thoughts right now. The crazy part, it costs less than 5,000 rupees. This is day 1 of future tech updates. It's called Omi, and it's not your typical smart device. This thing is basically like having Iron Man's Jarvis around your neck or your head. But here is what's
400,000 followers out there need to learn intermediate and advanced versions of level 3, that is diffusion, that is AI for image and video creation. Because as an AI generalist, your job is not just with text, and it will not come with the variations that you want to play with. Your problems could come from any side, any corner, with any format, and you should be in a position to be able to solve them, right? And that is why I think level 3 is very, very important for you guys to crack and ace on. Finally, jumping to level 4 is building AI-powered application. Yesterday, somebody is like, am I real right now? I am real. I'm not AI at this point of time. AIs are not so expressive, moving hands and all. We haven't got there yet, right? I'm way more expressive in real, but that's what AI could do today. I'm sure it will get to a point where I cannot tell if it is me or AI. And it will happen in 12 months from now. And I know that for a fact, right? Now, level 4 is building AI-powered applications. We already told you yesterday, the level playing field, irrespective if you're an engineer or not, is here. Right? And because of all the AI coding agents out there, if you know how to speak in English and you understand and you have some level of product sense, you will be able to build full-fledged AI products without writing a single line of code. And of course, right, in the intermediate and advanced level, you need to learn a few things like data storage, understanding markup, understanding backend, understanding frontend. For this, you don't need to write a single line of code. Understanding product sense, understanding design sense, all those aspects are important. Understanding troubleshooting, understanding security layers, understanding APIs and things like that, understanding optimization for performance. You need to understand all these things, but you don't need to know a single line of code. It is all understanding how to build products without writing a single line of code. Of course, if you're an engineer, you can do it with code as well. If you're not an engineer, you can do it without code. But having the ability to build full-fledged products is an important skill to have as an AI generalist. Because in the future, and when I talk about future 2 years from now, the gap between an engineer and a non-engineer, software engineer and non-software engineer is going to be very, very small. The software engineering teams are going to be 1 by 10th of the size of the teams because everybody will be able to build their own products. Everybody will be able to build their own solutions. And I want all of you guys to have an edge over everyone else. As a result, you should not only learn tools like Lovable, but also learn tools like Bolt, Cursor, Windsurf, Framer, Supabase for database, go deep into it and things like that so that you can build full-fledged AI solutions, right? It's an incredible skill to have because it's a very well monetizable skill as well because you can sell this as a service to a lot of people as well. And that can lead to you making a lot of money as well, right? In fact, one of our students, right, built this app called as audionotes.app. And they have made hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue by building a product without writing a single line of code. And you can build crazy products like this yourself as well. That is the world we are living in, my friends, right? That is level 4. And finally, level 5, like you learned today, was all about building AI agents, right? Of course, you build custom GPTs, you build simple level app agents and all that. In intermediate and advanced, you literally learn how to automate your life, right? You can use tools like Make, Lindy, Zapier, Relevance AI, N8N, Crew AI, tools like this to build full-fledged AI agents which can accomplish tasks for you. And these are multi-step agents, which has a super agent and worker agents under it. And the whole thing is called as an agent mesh network, which can talk to each other and get jobs done. You see, the future of employees are going to be AI agents, right? Sam Altman literally said this year, Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, literally said this year, AI agents are going to enter the workforce. What does that even mean when he says that AI agents are going to enter the workforce? He basically means that this year, a lot of AI agents are going to replace employees to do the work for them. And when we talk about AI taking over jobs and all, right, 80% of these jobs will be taken up by AI agents. And all the entrepreneurs out there, your teams will have 20% people and 80% AI agents. So having the ability to build and manage these AI agents is a very, very important skill of the future, especially for those people, right? I don't know how many of you guys have more than 5 years of work experience. Can anyone drop a comment, me in the chat, if you have more than 5 years of work experience? Me in the chat. If there are enough people, I'm going to talk about that. Wow, there are a lot of people with a lot of years of experience. Wow, that's wild. Guys, can I be frank? Here's the thing. With AI coming into the picture, people with more than 5 years of experience, and as your experience is going up, the difficulty for you guys to retain jobs is going to go up. So people with more than 10, 15 years of experience is going to be really, really hard to have roles out there. And I'll tell you the reason. Because all you guys with more than 5 years, 10 years, 15 years of experience, right, are very, very expensive for the companies. And the expectation from a founder or a company is that you guys, we are willing to pay you a lot of money. And the reason is very simple. That is because you come with a lot of experience. And that experience helps the companies to save money. But you know what? In the AI world that we are entering, we are in a way in a level playing field. Because the way we do work is getting reset completely. With AI coming into the picture, the knowledge worker aspect of it is kind of getting democratized. Anyone who knows how to prompt well is able to get that plethora of knowledge. Of course, you guys still have an edge. But if a team needed 10 senior people, a company will try to retain only 1 instead of 10 because they don't need so many senior people anymore. And you can see this, Meta, Google, all these top companies are laying off mid-level people and senior level people left, right, and center. And the reason is very simple, because they don't need so many people. So if you're someone with more than 5 years of experience and you are a working professional today, let me give you this advice. Be a rockstar AI generalist, because your job is going to be majorly managing a lot of AI generalists out there. And for you guys to be able to manage a lot of AI generalists out there, you have to be an AI generalist yourself, or else people are not going to respect you. Of course, your experience will come into the picture, but as a founder, and I'm sure there are a lot of founders out there who will also agree, I would not want to hire anyone senior if they are not AI first, because it makes no sense. You're not future first. So it is very, very trivial, because you guys will act as AI strategists. You guys will design the strategy. You guys will work with a lot of AI generalists out there, for which you have to be generalist yourself. You have to build agents. You have to have the ability to build agents so that you can train people and direct them to be able to solve problems using AI. So for all the people with more than 5 to 10 years of experience, 20, 30, I saw a few 40 as well. Guys, request to all of you, start leveling up today on intermediate and advanced. This is going to be more valuable than a Harvard or a Stanford degree. I can tell this for a fact. It will give you an unfair advantage in the short term. On a longer term, it will help you compound. So just don't give up after this two-day mastermind. Go deep into all of this. Of course, learning all these 5 levels are basically going to take you about, I don't know, if you spend 10, 15 hours a week, you can accomplish this in 18 months. But these 18 months are going to be life-changing going forward, right? It's going to be a massacre out there. It's going to happen. And I don't want any of you guys attending to fall in that bucket because you guys have already spent time leveling up yourself, and I want you guys to continue to do that. Okay. Sorry, I slightly derailed, but I thought it was very important to kind of convey this because the kind of things that are going to happen. See, I believe there are two kinds of people. Okay. One are the kind of people who are ignorant, who are always like, listen, I've seen enough of these things in the past. Nothing is going to happen to me. I will be absolutely fine. I have done so well in my life so far. It's not going to be a problem for me. If you have a big retirement budget, that is great. You're all good. You're all sorted. You have a backup. But these are people who are ignorant, who are not realizing what is happening at this point of time. Every time they see something, they just ignore it, saying, oh, it can't be so good. They see something, oh, it is very slow. I can be faster than this. These are ignorance. This is classic ignorance. You are basically saying it is not good enough today. Maybe it is not good enough today, but 6 months from now, it's going to be really, really good. And the other kind of people are future thinkers, are forward thinkers who look at something and try to imagine how good can it be going forward. Right? So that is the world that we are living in right now. Okay. So please be forward thinkers and please make sure you are able to get the most out of everything that you're learning in this intermediate and advanced stuff as well. Okay, with that being said, my team just said we have a lunch break coming up in 30 minutes. So let me try to quickly wrap up so that you are going for the break on time, right? Anyways, that is level 5, guys. Ability to be able to build great kick-ass automation agents. By the way, do you guys want to see an AI agent that I use every day at work? Yes, in the chat, and I'm going to show you a very cool agent. All right, love it. Cool. So guys, let me be frank, right? What happened was, as a founder, just to give you insight, right? The company that I run has about 150 employees and I'm a solo founder. I'm a single founder here. And it gets wide. All the entrepreneurs out there will relate with me. As a founder, you want to be solving every problem out there. You want to be there in every freaking meeting happening out there. You are basically working 7 days a week because you're paranoid. Something might break somewhere. As a result, you're overworking yourself. That is what was happening with me. All right. And I spent a lot of time with founders who have built billion-dollar companies. And you know, one advice that I got from everyone, dude, get a very good executive assistant. When you get a very good executive assistant, that person can manage your calendar, manage your email, things that you don't enjoy doing. And on top of that, the executive assistant can literally attend meetings on your behalf, take notes and send it to you so that you're not missing out on anything while you're focusing on the most integral parts or most important parts of your job, right? Which is basically problem solving. A founder should have the mind space to solve problems. That is the most important part. And with everyday hustle, right, I was not getting the time. So I was given this advice of getting a rockstar executive assistant. I tried looking for one. The ones that I like were very expensive. The ones that were fitting into my budget were not the ones that I thought I could work with. The classic hiring problem, right? And my team was like, Weber, why, instead of breaking your head of hiring one person, how about we build an AI agent which will act like an executive assistant? Essentially, this AI agent can manage your email, manage your calendar, attend meetings on your behalf, help you with your travel, do some little things like research and everything, which you want all your executive assistant to do anyways. I was like, that sounds like a plan. And 2 days later, using all these tools of Make and Relevance, we ended up building an AI agent, which acts as my executive assistant today, which works 24/7, right? And that is the one that I wanted to quickly show you. We gave the executive assistant the name as Jerry. That's what I call, right? And Jerry is incredible. Jerry is an executive assistant, which is an AI. Okay. And basically, Jerry is a super agent which sits on the top. And the job of Jerry is to talk to me via Slack. And Jerry has a lot of AI workers under it. One AI worker is basically managing my email. Another AI worker is basically managing my calendar. Another AI worker is a meeting worker, which basically attends all my meetings, takes notes and does all of that. We are building a couple of more AI workers. One is a travel agent worker and the other one is a research worker, which can accomplish things for me on the back end. Let me play with it so that you get a sense of how it works, right? Let's say I ask, what do I have on my calendar tomorrow? Okay, what Jerry can do is can quickly go out there. Jerry will basically invoke the calendar worker for me, which is an AI agent as well. And calendar agent basically has access to my calendar. It can quickly go through that information and fetch the information from my calendar and send it to Jerry. And Jerry sends this to my Slack. And there you go. I have 3 meetings tomorrow: product pipeline sync up, stand-up engineering, and a meeting with Jacqueline from Circle. Right? If I open my calendar, you can see this. It's exactly Monday tomorrow, 14th. I have stand-up, product pipeline sync up, and a meeting with Jacqueline from Circle. It literally pulled from my actual calendar and gave me all the insights from that. Like I told you, it's absolutely wild what it can do. So Jerry spoke with the calendar agent and pulled this information back from me, right? Jerry, like I said, also has the ability to attend meetings, and it takes notes of everything, right? So let me show you an example. What example do I show you? Let's do the Flick app progress, okay? Let's say I don't remember what happened in the last meeting, and I want a quick heads up of that. So I can say, can you give me a quick understanding of what we spoke in the last product pipeline sync up meeting? You see, I copied the name of the meeting from here and I pasted it because I have to be specific. If I make a typo here, it might pull in from a different meeting. As a result, I literally copied and pasted the exact meeting name, product pipeline sync up weekly, and what we spoke in that meeting on the Flick app. Flick is an app that we are building inside. It's a consumer app, right? And that's the update that I want. I put all the information here, click on the send. Now what it will do is Jerry will understand that this is something related to one of the meetings. So it takes some time. It doesn't give you, not always it will give you an instant answer. It does take like a minute or two, right? It will invoke the calendar, it will invoke the meeting agent for me right now. And the meeting agent will go and look up the product pipeline sync up meeting and look for something called as Flick app in the last meeting. And it will quickly pull that information, summarize, and there you go. It usually takes a little longer, but today it worked faster. Maybe the API lots are sweeter with us. And look at that. It went through the meeting, summarized quickly everything that we spoke about, and put everything right here. And it is pulling from the actual meeting out there. How incredible is this? This can work 24/7, right? It can also send emails. For example, can you write an email to Kamlesh asking him to make the PRD document ready for the tomorrow's meeting with Jacqueline? There you go. So what I'm doing here is I'm asking Kamlesh to make the PRD document ready for tomorrow's meeting with Jacqueline. That is this meeting. So what it will do is, by the way, obviously you guys don't know who Kamlesh is. Kamlesh is our head of engineering. I'm asking him to make the PRD document ready. So what it will do is Jerry will invoke the email agent right now and will go and search for this person called as Kamlesh with the right email ID who is working inside of the company. Will find the email, will compose an email to Kamlesh and explain that there's a meeting with Jacqueline, that is explain what is inside of this meeting, and will ask him to make the PRD document ready. Obviously the email doesn't go out right away. It takes about, it sends emails once every 15 minutes because it runs a cron job in the backend, but it should acknowledge that sounds good. If it's able to understand the task that we gave, there you go. Certainly, I'll reach out to Kamlesh requesting for the PRD ready ahead of the meeting with Jacqueline. I'll ensure you have it in time to review. Let me know if there's anything else to focus in the meeting, right? It will literally pull in this information and eventually will send the email in 10 to 15 minutes. Guys, that is basically the agent that we built right now, and it works flawlessly well. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that AI agent? Do you guys like it? Amazing, great, fabulous, awesome. Well, you can build one without writing a single line of code. If you learn, go deep into intermediate and advanced as well. Do you want to see an advanced feature that we are building inside of this? Do you guys want to see an advanced feature? It is not built out yet, but I can show you what it can do. Yes? Okay, looks like you guys are enjoying all of this. And I like the fact that you guys are enjoying it, right? So we are integrating something called as Responses API inside of this AI agent. Now, what Responses API does is incredible, right? Responses API uses something called as operator or computer use in the backend to execute tasks for me on my behalf. So it has its own computer. When I give a task, just like a human does work on a computer, it will do the task on cloud and give me the output that I want. And this is what we are integrating. We are integrating the operator inside of Jerry so that I can give a task to Jerry and it can do all of this for me. It is not integrated yet today. We should be able to do it in the next few. We are just being lazy, quite frankly, right? And we want to do it, but I can give you a sense of how it works. So let's say I send a prompt like this to Jerry. Act as an expert researcher and a data scraper to gather insights on potential startup ideas. So I'll give you the problem statement here, right? I want to come up with new startup ideas that we can work on. I want to build AI company, right? And I want to come up with new startup ideas which I don't have. So Y Combinator is actually a great place to kind of see what kind of companies are building what. It's a great place to take inspiration from. But the problem with this is Y Combinator has 5,194 companies. Y Combinator is basically a VC accelerator where Y Combinator invests in a lot of companies, right? Like Airbnb and all were invested by Y Combinator, right? I basically want someone to go through all these companies, open each one of them, read about the company, and tell me, give me a list of companies as an inspiration for me to look at so that I can build a similar company in India, right? That is what I want to do. But you know what? Going through 5,000 startups, opening one page at a time, reading about it, understanding if I can build this or not is going to take a lot of time. For me, it could take weeks to do it. As a result, I outsource this to Jerry. right? And Jerry uses a tool like Operator to be able to execute this. And this is how it works, right? I say act as an expert researcher. I'm the founder of Outskill and Growth School, looking for my next big generative idea. I'm giving my strengths, I'm giving my weaknesses, and I'm also talking about my assets. The reason why I give all this information is because I wanted to go through these startups here and tell me which are the best ideas based on my weaknesses and strengths, right? That is what I want to do. Right. And then I say, extract the startup data, go to Y Combinator startup directly. I gave the URL, go to the list of W25 batch, which is winter 25 batch right here. Right. And then pull out all this information, evaluate the startups for relevance, prioritize consumer focused startups where my existing audience can help me to scale this, highlight the startups that can leverage my experience in education, consumer psychology, and distribution, and give me the output in a Google Sheet that I've shared with it. So I wanted to do all this work for me. And when I send a prompt like this to Jerry, it sends this prompt to an operator like this and see what it could potentially do on the backend. My hands are off right now. You can see it has opened a Chrome browser right now. I'm not doing anything. By the way, you can see the commentary on what it does on the left side. My hands are off. You can see it has gone to ycombinator.com/companies all by itself on a Chrome browser, right? It is right now filtering for W25 batch. You can see my mouse. My mouse is here. The mouse that you see on the Chrome is of AI. It's not mine. There you go. It selects the X25 and W25 batches right now. And it comes up with a list of companies all by itself. It's gathering info now, gathering details of W25 startups right now. It is scrolling through the list as you can see it. Guys, I'm not doing anything like you guys can see. It is all AI doing everything. It's scrolling for consumer focused startups, trying to skim through it right now. Look at this. It's noting Destricity as for consumer relevance. It is doing a lot of reading in the backend, noting relevant startups focused on emojis.com, focusing on emojis.com right now. It is going through the whole list. It's just scrolling and getting a sense from what it can read from outside. All right. Let us see what it does from here. It is still scrolling through all the companies right now. You see what it is doing? It is just working like a human being. That is the whole point, right? When it comes to AI agents, if your job revolves around using any kind of computer, AI can do that much better and much faster and can work 24/7, 365 days without even getting tired. That is the whole point of it, right? It is just scrolling through, reading about each one of the stuff from outside. It can literally remember about 150 startups. That is the crazy part of this, right? It's just scrolling and scrolling is what you're seeing. And you can see on the left side, it's giving you the real commentary as well. So let us wait for a couple of minutes. A process like this could take about 50 minutes to 1 hour. Obviously, we don't have the time to sit through this and see what all it's doing. So we're going to wait for a couple of 3-4 minutes to see directionally what it is doing. And then we're going to move back. But this is for you to get an idea. I can literally give any task to an AI agent, which is on a computer. Let's say if I wanted to edit a video, let's say I wanted to find details of companies, anything like that. Anything that uses a computer, let's say I wanted to build a product using Salesforce, anything that has description, anything it has direction, it will be able to do that for us on our behalf using a computer. It's literally using a Chrome window right now. It is scrolling through it and reading about companies right now, all by ourselves, right? That is the crazy part of what AI agents can do right now. Guys, do you realize what you're seeing? If you think this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. AI is literally using a computer. Aren't we so cooked? Okay, it is still like literally it has scrolled through such a big list, right? How insane is this? Someone is like, I really doubt if it is you or AI teaching us. Right now, it is me. I swear. It is me. I swear. Someone is like, need to have no more hair to pull. Okay, but you get the point, right? You get the gist. You can see this. It has scrolled through all the 150 companies. It has come to the bottom now. It has scrolled through the whole list of companies. And just as a human, we can't remember anything, right? We cannot remember such a big list. But because it is AI, it can remember every freaking thing that it just read. That is the crazy part. Now it's opening a Google Sheet that we just gave it. I gave the URL of this Google Sheet, right? Now it's opening up the Google Sheet. I already had some information on this Google Sheet. I wanted to see how it will play around with it. Now you can see this on the bottom. It is creating a new tab called as W25 Startups. I had used this sheet in the past. As a result, it had some information. Now it will start copying information one at a time, I'm assuming. Look at that. It has started to copy easy peasy AI. The one-line description it's filling in. Guys, isn't this absolutely wild? AI that helps students to learn. Website link. It is probably going to pull that in. I'm not doing anything, by the way. It's all AI doing. It's all the work, right? Website link is here. And it says it's relevant. and it's gonna copy paste. It's literally remembers everything that it went through, right? And it's literally copying and pasting right now like a boss. Phew. Absolutely wild stuff here. Can I build an agent to find a girlfriend? Interesting. I'm sure you can build a Tinder or a Bumble agent which can swipe for you and talk to you till you get like a match and till the person agrees to kind of go out on a date with you. I'm sure it is possible. I'm not sure. I can imagine how it is possible, right? Basically, an operator can do that for you and can work 24/7 for you, right? Awesome, 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 guys. Drop a boom if you like what you're seeing so far. Drop a boom if you like what you're seeing so far. So you can see this AI is literally doing this. I'm going to turn this off right now because if I leave it, it's going to continue to do this forever. I'm going to finish all the tasks as well. But in the interest of time, we're going to skip this right now, right? So yeah, that is where we are, guys, in terms of level 5. These are kind of crazy things that you can build. And once you cover level 5, right, level 6, now you've learned all these tools from beginner to intermediate to advanced. Your job is to put all these things together and stitch it into a bigger picture so that you guys can be able to build it. But with that being said, with all these levels and everything being said, how many of you guys truly believe that becoming an AI generalist can give you an unfair advantage today? UA in the chat, unfair advantage, or UA in the chat if you think becoming an AI generalist can give you an absolute unfair advantage. And I'll tell you the reason. How many of you guys thought AI was this powerful before you joined this 2-day mastermind? How many of you guys knew that AI was this powerful? That's the whole point. Look at this. If you guys didn't know, who took a step to learn AI already, and you guys didn't know that AI was this powerful, think about all those people who are still thinking ChatGPT is AI and it usually used to generate text. Do you guys agree with it that most of the people around us, this is a question that I ask you, right? Most of the people around us think AI is equal to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is equal to a text generation tool. Isn't this what 99% of people think? Agree or not? Agree or not? That is the world that we're living in, right? And look how powerful AI is today. And we are just touching base on the beginner mode of everything out there. Guys, the world we're going to live in is going to fundamentally change because of AI. And I want all of you guys to have an absolute unfair advantage. And for that, you have to become an AI generalist. So what we're going to do is, no matter who you are, you could be an entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur and you're an AI generalist, you get an unfair advantage as an entrepreneur to build companies faster than anyone else. Because an entrepreneur who's AI first will build the whole org into an AI first company. In fact, inside of my company, right, we have grown, we have scaled our revenue 10 times while reducing our fixed cost by 40%. All of this happened because of AI. Because we were first set of people to kind of introduce AI into our company. Everybody is forced to learn AI inside of company, or they don't have a space inside of our companies, right? And that is helping us to build our AI first companies. Absolute unfair advantage. And all the working professionals out there, guys, if there are 100 jobs out there today, there's going to be 20 jobs in the future. Those 20 jobs are going to be for those people who are AI native. In the short term, you guys, if you're AI native and you're AI generalist, you'll have an absolute unfair advantage to crack and command and get whatever you want. And that is the ability that I want all of you people to have. And of course, right, there is this incredible possibility of becoming an AI consultant as well. That's the world that we are living in, my friends. And I want all of you guys to leverage to become an AI generalist. Of course, there are 2 parts that you can take from here, right? The number 1 is you can learn everything yourself. My team will share a very detailed roadmap with all of you people. And I request everyone, do yourself a favor, go through the roadmap, invest your next 18 months going deep into it and becoming an AI generalist. Yes, you can do it yourself if you follow the roadmap. You have to take about 10 hours a week, 10 to 12 hours a week. And in 18 months, you will go from beginner to intermediate to advanced and essentially navigate the world of AI like a pro. This is going to be more powerful than any Harvard, Stanford, or any degree out there. I mean, the world has come to a reset, guys, and please leverage it. Please be the first set of people. And when you do that, remember us, that we introduce that to you people. So you can absolutely learn it yourself without a doubt.